participating in the 2023 elections has laid its lifespan, and today marks the end of the existence of the CPP as it exists on paper today. But we want to say thank you to our participants. We want to say thank you for those of you who believe in the vehicle. We want to say thank you for those who stood the test of time and everything that we went through. We want to let you know that our vision for Liberia has not changed, and our determination to see a better Liberia has not changed. We also want to say that the opposition must remain the opposition. And as chairman of the Liberty Party, I also want to reiterate the Liberty Party commitment to opposition collaboration and to announce to the public that Liberty Party is not and will at no time be a full government political party. It is an opposition political party. This vehicle, as difficult as it has been, has landed us where we are. Fortunately and unfortunately, those who masterminded the demise and the turbulence exercise through this period are in power today. We want them to know that we will hold them accountable for every action they take as they steer the state of our state. We want them to know that the opposition is here, it will remain here, and that whatever this government does, we will hold the government accountable for it. I want to take this time to thank the partisans of the ANC and our dear partisans of the Liberty Party. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to work together. It was not an easy time. It was difficult. Some of you were pushed out of your spaces. Some of you were made to endure things that you did not have to endure. But we did it for today. We have landed the vessel. As I've told Mr. Collins and our executive committee, the end of the CPP is the beginning of a renewed commitment to opposition collaboration. It's the beginning for us. After all the conflict in the CPP, we were constrained to close the organization to avoid further conflict. So therefore, it had no capacity under the current structure to welcome any new member. That's why it formed the decision that instead of having extending this organization, we are breaking it up so that other opposition, and I want to welcome the chairman of the CDC here. Welcome back to Opposition Live. And the chairman, we are committed to working together. We are committed to working together and to making sure that as I'm told you have to pass this up.
Yeah. Yes.
So all the experiences, all the failures of opposition unification, political party collaboration, let's use it to evolve a stronger, a better, and more purposeful political union. Without you, opposition, our democracy will fail. Without you, based on the way I see this government going, without you, it will sink us unless you get up to hold it accountable for its actions. Therefore, And I'm also happy that we have two political party chairmen here. We have a standard bearer here. I'm asking for renewed commitment to opposition unity. It is still far to talk about collaboration, but we must corroborate our efforts in tackling the ills of government, in tackling the ills in our society. Honorable colleagues, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your leadership. It was not easy. I want to thank you. Thank you for your steadfastness. Thank you for your tolerance. And thank you for being the calm person you are. Thank you. Liberia misses you. Liberia misses good leadership. For the confidence we hold you.
For now, to also base this occasion, we'll proceed by going to item 4 on the order of program that talks about remarks. And we'll start by calling the deputy political leader of the CPP, a daughter of okay. We will now call on the I have the master copy here. Please. We will now call on the top talking CPP campaign manager, Honorable Louis Brown, for remarks.
Political leader and my friend brother Councilor Gongo. We have lived through it. We have been silenced by it. We have hurt by it. We have been hurt. But lift up your heads. The beginning can say, Liberia will not win. The Liberians are not stupid people. They want their leaders to trust them. They want to know they can trust their leaders. Because they find in them values, principles that will help them succeed. Help our country change. This place must change. It needs to change. Don't give up on change. Hold your head up. Be strong. Continue to walk the journey. Continue to believe in what you did in an experiment that you have started. Like you have. It is another feather in your cap to testify to the success this one has had. But as you go, perhaps your separate ways, or perhaps consider reconnecting. Know that what you have started is on you, as history will judge you by how you bring it to a close. I want to thank you. I want to thank all of those who work with us selflessly. Everybody who got blamed to give, my shoulders are big and broad enough. Put it on me. Put it on us. But don't give up on yourselves. God bless you.
Mr. Political Leader, Senator said, it is your effort aimed at nation.
It breaks my heart to see your come to the end of this game, but again, in every contract there's a beginning and an end. Thank us for being here today.
Came here for so long, or we will now call all the we now call all the chair of this. Okay, we now call all the chairman of the National Patriotic Party.
For us, for the National Patriotic Party, the constituent members of the coalition for democratic team, I will soon be reviewing our status. We should state here that we appreciate the level of cordiality you enjoy over the years as two distinct or three distinct political parties coming together and we meet together up to the end of this election. I know that after election, there will be alignment, a realignment, and that is based on commitment and honesty. Gone are the days where people will form collaboration or coalition and become very honest with the instrument that brings us together. And we think it is our time. I will say to the opposition, one of the UPP regime, a regime that has demonstrated over a short period of time that it believes in exclusion. Exclusion, a regime that is the product of 1%. A regime that did not obtain the majority mandate of the Liberian people, but decide to exhibit.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stan coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Man. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information.
Okay, tune to Spoon to get your information. Tune to Spoon to know exactly what's happening in Liberia, what's happening in the ministries, the agencies, what are the policymakers saying, what are the political actors doing, what's happening with the marketeers, our mothers, brothers, and sisters in the market, what's happening with within the private sector, in the concession, with the concessionaires, what are the ordinary citizens going through, what are their plights. Of course, these are issues that we get to highlight here every single day. And I'd like to say welcome. Thanks for joining us again. We're here live on the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. And it's going to be a very interesting show tonight. I want to say thanks to all of you who are already here. Yes, you came to class very early. Someone just texted me saying, I'm here. I came to class early. Yes, you're in class very, very early. So welcome to everyone. My name is Nelson Colette, and we're going to have the rest of the team coming on tonight. It's going to be a great show. Lots of things to talk about here tonight. And yes, we're going to have a guest on the show tonight. Most of you remember Mr. Fofana, Mr. A.B. Fofana. He came on the show some time ago. He was talking about the passport situation and how Liberian passports are in the hands of in the wrong hands, and given the latest action from the government of Liberia, when the foreign minister released a circular, for passport service, those in possession of service passport to regularize their status. The last time we checked, they said there's a huge compliance rate. Lots of people out of the country who are in possession of those passports are complying, and as of the time we had that update, they said they've received a little over over 300 passports, folks coming in to regularize. All right, so a lot to talk about here tonight. The CPP officially broke up today, but too many things happening at that location. I don't know how many of you took notice of that, but a lot happened today, and we're gonna have the time to make some critical analysis around those issues here tonight. So again, welcome. Thanks for joining us on the late night show tonight. Kindly share the program as you come on. Let me go to the comment section and recognize a few of you who are already here. Let me see if I can go to the comment section. Let me try to go to the comment section to recognize some of the names that I see here. So I see Cyan Jala is following. He says, looking forward to a great show watching from Buze Quarter, Kakata. Wow, so they have a Buze Quarter in Kakata? Okay, that's a great one. Thanks for joining us from Kakata, Margibi County. We appreciate you tonight. Eddie Kowal is following tonight from Canada. Asford Cooport. Yes, Mr. Cooper, thanks for joining us tonight, man. We appreciate you. You're joining us from you didn't say where you're watching from, but thanks for being here tonight. I see Nathaniel K. Hill. Nathaniel, thanks for being an ardent follower of this show. I always see, most times Nathaniel is the first to make a comment in the comment section. You know, I don't know how he does that, but I appreciate you, Nathaniel. Thanks for being here tonight. Yes, let me go back. I see Emmanuel Takpajwa. Emmanuel, thanks for being here. You say you're joining from Minnesota. Yes, it's a great thing to have you joining the late night show tonight. It's going to be a great show. Kindly share the program. Let me go back to the comment section. I see Samuel Gatte this year. I see Mary Lincoln. Hey, Mary, my own Oma, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate you, man. And Eric McGill is here as well from Atlanta, Georgia. He says that's where he's watching from. Thanks for joining us tonight, Eric McGill. Hipko Kasi. We appreciate you, brother. Thanks for being here. He says, good evening to the entire team. Yes, the team is coming on. It's going to be a great show tonight. I see Josephus Thomas. Moving on. Let me just take a few here. Then we move on to... Okay, so I see Alfred Freeman. Alfred Freeman is joining us from Sino... No, he said Kipmount County. Grand Kipmount County in St. J. That's where Alfred is joining us from. We appreciate you for joining us from St. J this morning. Thanks for joining the program. And I see John Darame. Darame. Yeah, thanks for being here. Hope I got your name right. Ruth Goba, Madam Goba, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate you. Thanks for being here tonight. I see Miss Blessing is joining us as well. The panelists are always under control. The guys are always doing great. Look, let me say this. All right. I see most times we follow the show and yes, a lot of time people get upset based on what they see on set. Take for example, you're listening to Marie going very hard on the fire service bus when we hosted him here the other night. Marie coming down very hard on the fire service bus. And maybe you listen to Vasco, and Vasco is saying something about the fire situation. And you listen to Josh, you listen to Emmy, you listen to all of the guys, you listen to Alfred, you listen to Raymond, all those guys, they're saying their thing. You listen to Cindy, and you're in serious disagreements with some of the things that the guys are saying. But listen, man, that's the beauty of the show. It's all about, the way we all see things, our own perceptions, our own views about our own analysis about the happenings in the country. So we will not always see it from the same angle. No, it will never be that way. And that's the beauty of democracy. And that's the essence of a platform like this, providing the space for every single person to be able to express themselves. The man who's always talking about things being convoluted, sometimes will go in the opposite direction. Yes. Yeah, but that's the beauty of the show. Someone said they miss Cindy. Look, I'll call Cindy on the show tonight. I'll place a live call to Cindy. I will not tell him, say I'm calling him. Apparently, he's not even watching the show now. But I'll call Cindy. I'll tell you where Cindy is and some of what's been unfolding. But again, it's good to be here tonight. I want to welcome everybody. I see the comments are still rolling in. Bila Suarez is asking for the link. Bila, you should be in the chat room. You're a panelist here. I think you should be in the chat room. Rainy Sando is here. Let me bring up Vacabina Toure. Toure, welcome, man. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to have you on the show.
Nelson, it's such a pleasure to be on, brother. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, and it's good to be here tonight.
Fantastic.
To talk about Liberia, to talk about what we want to see in our country, to talk about the things we hope, man, to see the transformation we want to see in our country, to just talk about Liberia in general. So it's a good thing that we're here tonight, Ray.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing to be here tonight. But first thing first, Nelson, how are you doing? And
Yeah, I think I'm doing good. I think I'm
fantastic,
doing good. Yeah.
fantastic. And to our viewers here in the United States and around the world, man, I want to say thank you for always tuning into Spoon and for always tuning into the late night politics, man. I think it's because of you that we always have the courage to come on here, and try to discuss issues of importance, man, issues of national interest. I think it's imperative that we do that. And we couldn't have been more prouder to have a host that obviously, accept all of our shenanigans and everything we bring forth here, man. Without Nelson, I don't think we'll do what we do. And
Come on,
without
man.
you guys, I don't think we'll be on here, man.
Yeah, so it's a good thing to be here tonight. We're gonna have a guest. Maybe Fofana, Mr. Fofana will be on the show. And I think you remember when we last hosted him, right, Trey? Talking about the passport situation, when he was talking about some cartel. He's in Holland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the conversation one thing to another, it got to a point where Mr. Gibson Jeru had to hurriedly jump on the show. He said, "Look, I gotta come on that show, and he read the checkpoints and say,
Oh man,
sometimes it's like we come on the show here. It's like a reality TV show. I'm trying to find the best way to put it, right? The exchange of ideas, the diversity in the views and analysis and everything it's just sometimes entertaining. It's just
absolutely. It's like you're absolutely right. I don't think you could have coined it better than you did. It's almost like a reality TV show because you're getting it from both sides, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you're getting it from whether it's Vasco on the other hand, you know what I'm saying, and then obviously so you're getting it from both sides. So the reality is everybody coming with their own jargon, everybody coming with their own position statement, and left with our viewers to decide who's what. So I think that's what make the midnight politics on Spoon so interesting, because you're getting it from diverse view perspective, and I just feel like we are unique in our ways, and our diversity is what that makes it so unique.
Certainly. Just a while ago, I saw our guest. He came on, and I think he's trying to set up. But Ture, what's on your mind, man? Let's start from there. Let's start the conversation. We will not hold our guest long. Once he pops up, we'll bring him, and then we will start the show. But what's on your mind? A lot has been happening in the country.
Oh my goodness, yeah, Nelson. Nelson, I kid you not, bro. There is a lot going on. I mean, a lot to digest, a lot to fully absorb and try to really make sense of it. By the end of the day, I think we have a country that is no stranger to these things, and we always find ways to waive the whole situation and come out to be better. I mean, you're talking about the DA with everything that went onto the Spoon. That was quite interesting. AB Kroma is saying now he's never gonna invite a Fadiga to his any of his meeting, and whenever you find him anywhere around his meeting,
you arrest him.
You know what I'm saying? So you had that going on. Obviously, the bigger of all, you saw the fire incident. I mean, at the speaker's home. But what a lot of Liberians, at least from what I'm saying, they did not see the level of interest from other fire incidents compared to what they saw last night. Other people said the police chief was there, Gregory Coleman. We didn't. A lot of Liberians are saying, "Oh, is Fanatico?" Obviously, we know he's the Speaker of the House. He played a significant part in government and all of that stuff. So that obviously we without police interest that much, but it's no different from anybody else. I mean, we are all Liberian citizens. I think fire happening in West Point or Soin or anywhere in the country should draw the national police interest and the national police boss. So I think a lot of Liberians have some kind of like talking points surrounding that, and for all of the right reasons. I think people have the right to think that way. What happened to the Speaker of the House or the President of of Liberia, we should have the same interest from that standpoint. And not because of the Speaker house is on fire. It's unfortunate it happened, but his house is no different from anybody living on Zinshot.
Oh yeah,
that's on my mind and other stuff. But I think going in depth into the show, we're gonna uncover some of my talking points.
Yeah, certainly. You're right, Ray. The speaker had a press conference today, and he said something very similar to what you just said. I think you followed that press conference. We're gonna bring a portion of it. It was a very short press conference he had today, and the speaker said he's officially homeless. But Ray, I don't know as to whether you've taken notice of this. How, especially here on the Late Night Show, we've engaged in conversations about the fire back to back.
Yeah.
Back to back. And sometimes we have a lot of things on the plate, and the fire situation is just one of those. But before you know it, we're going into the conversation, is expanding from one end to another end. Before you know it, it's a whole conversation on the fire situation in the country. And then the next day we had the fire chief. The next day we extended the conversation. But shockingly,
we have Cooper came in with formal.
Very good. Yeah, Cooper, Vincent, a well-trained firefighter and all of that. And just after about 3 editions of the show where we dealt with this fire situation sufficiently, discussing it, bringing the experts and all of that, just to know, right after the situation, there is even a bigger issue this time around. A high-profile person, the speaker, the third most powerful person in the country, is affected.
Well,
we had a conversation on Saturday at the end. So here in Liberia, it was Sunday morning. We had a conversation.
Yes, we did.
With the fire situation, and just to know it, the same day, the speaker house is on fire.
But Nelson, I mean, you're absolutely right. We talked about this, and I even said that the good thing about fire is indiscriminate. You know what I mean? It could happen to anybody. I mean, I said that, right? It happened to the rich. It happened to the least vulnerable. It happened to anybody. That's what it is. By the end of the day, Nelson, if any platform or any program in a country that have driven the fire situation, no other platform that have driven this fire conversation, then the late night politics, right? And through your interest in the whole situation, we have talked about this. You were able to bring the fire chief, the chief of the fire institution on this very platform. We discuss it, and we have gone in depth into discussing these issues. And you're absolutely right. The day before, we're actually discussing, and I was saying, look, how many homes have to be lost for the government to really, really look at this situation as a national security threat, right? Yeah. Or maybe it took in this obvious unfortunate situation. Nobody prayed for this to happen to the Speaker of the House, but maybe happening to the 10th ranking, leading government official in the country would have actually started up a national conversation with the whole fire situation. I think that's what happened, and it's unfortunate, but again, it happened, and we have to deal with it. Because we saw the president there today, right?
And interestingly, when the situation occurred last evening, and I was on the scene, countless number of lawmakers were there. The ones that I saw were over 5, pretty close to 10 lawmakers. But today, when the speaker had a press conference, he said he had a quorum. About 37 lawmakers were at his house just last night. I remember seeing Bernard Benzine, DJ Blue of District 17, Dixon Sibo for the family, and a few other lawmakers. But he said about 37 lawmakers were there. And not just that, the police IG was there.
Yeah.
The Director General of the Liberian National Fire Service was there. All those other people were there. President George Weah went there. A former President George Weah went there. In fact, it was the former president's resident that they had to move some of his things.
Wow.
And he said the former president has opened his doors to him temporarily. And that's where he is. That's why it is. So I mean, it speaks to how serious this issue is. The former head of the Liberian National Fire Service is someone we are going to talk to as well. That is, if time permits us, maybe tomorrow we will do that. But this is serious. Whether former official of the fire service, current official, whoever it is, once you're a Liberian, you have some expertise that you can come up with, to address the situation. Those issues will have to be done, because at the end of the day, Toure, one video, and I will always say this, one video that really broke me down is the one with that kid.
That little kid, man.
That kid.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, in pain. He survived the fire outbreak, but he was in pain. Imagine that kid severely burned. He's shivering, he's crying, and people are telling the parents, don't touch him.
Don't touch him.
Don't
Yeah.
touch him.
Yeah.
He's left to stay alone in the pain, and psychologically, it affected me to understand, and it was just so heartbreaking. And to see that even after that situation, there's one incident after another, just back to back, it's even more alarming. And we hope a lot can be done. We just hope that the authorities can work on these things. Councillor Fonati Kofa is another victim. The second fire incident to hit the legislature. It's
Right.
sad. It's
Right.
sad.
So Nelson, man, look, it's a sad situation. Obviously, I mean, like the little kid he talked about. I mean, obviously, it's sad. These are people that are in vulnerable places. These are people that when they lost their home, it's going to take years for them to find a spot. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? These are people that don't have saving. They don't have anything of sort. They're not privileged like the Speaker of the House. I mean, he you know what I mean? He can afford to get a home like tomorrow. So and that's why we've been saying, obviously we know the government don't have all of the answers right now, but at least the government can do is to actually, show that they are listening, show that they care, show that they are actually on top of things. You can be working on things at the same time, giving people, words of comfort, words of hope, that things will get better, that we're gonna get to the bottom line of whatever is happening, because this is unprecedented. Obviously, you don't have to be
Very,
to know that
very,
this is unprecedented. This
very,
has never
very.
happened before. And at the end of the day, we can only sit outside, and a lot of people say, well, it's easier for you to just sit in the United States and try to talk on these issues. But at the end of the day, bro, this is just common sense. I mean, it's common sense. Just tell the people, look, it's going to be okay. We don't have all of the answers. Be sincere. Be blunt to the people. But we're going to do we're going to do everything to find a remedy to what is happening. And that's all the people need. That's all they want to hear at this point.
And, we will end the show with this particular talking point. And I think this is part of our own contribution to raising the necessary awareness, elevating the conversation around this in the interest of our country. It doesn't matter how many times to do it. At least we will take up time, maybe almost every edition of the show, to at least throw a little bit of light on this, because it's very important. I see. Yeah. So and we will certainly play the video of the speaker at the press conference today. All of what he said, we'll bring that at the end of the show, just right after our guest. But he's in the background now. I see our co-moderator Moba Zoka is here as well. Moba, your lighting is kind of terrible, man. It's affecting my eyes.
No, Moba, all you have to do, Clean your camera. Just clean your camera. Yeah.
Mr. Alfred Konowa is here as well. Alfred will be graduating on the 27th of May, and he has managed to make Liberia proud. I understand the guy will be graduating at
Point
the
of
top,
correction, Anthony. So you and your CEO
at
had
the,
the
at
wrong
the
post
top
story too, but
at the top of his
you and your
class.
CEO had the wrong post story. Let me give you the story. Yeah, from the
Oh,
house.
you didn't get a chance to explain
No,
the
I like
story,
to
man.
read that. No.
You
No.
code tonight to
I
disrupt the
am not
show, but
giving
it will
you
not
chance.
happen.
I am not giving you chance to run with my story because I don't want to my story. Let me tell my story. You and your
Okay.
CEO had the wrong post story too, but
So what's your story? Tell your story.
well, after a long haul, I would like to officially announce to the late night show that you're one of your humble 7 panelists in person of Abraham Fana Senior is expected to graduate from the University of Northern Iowa with a bachelor's degree in public administration, major, minor in political science. With special emphasis in public sector management.
Antoya.
Fantabulous, man. Fantastic, Mr.
Anytime you see Lee Kuan Yew cut in the coat, saying that in afternoon, then you ready for all kind of top attack.
One of Lee Kuan Yew mentees.
But again, man, congratulations to you. The man wanted to get an official speech. He wanted to make an official, presentation, but I was just trying to get it. But again, congratulations to you, Alfred. I hope you get invited for the graduation.
My man, I wish Liberia was like Haiti.
Come on, man.
I can just cross Florida and Hawaii by years. Let's go, man.
So
I know, right?
We're gonna have a lot on that at the end of the show. But I want us to bring our guest on tonight. We're bringing Mr. Fofana on to the show now. We're bringing Mr. Fofana on tonight because the last time we hosted him, we started a conversation about the issue of Liberian passports. He came up with some information about mobile. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight. Thanks for joining us. So he came up with some information about how Liberian passports were in the wrong hands, about how there was some sort of cartel out there, a clique, a group of people bent on carrying on this particular act. And there was a whole lot said. A little time after that particular interview, the Liberian government, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, come up with a very strong decision on those in possession of Liberian passports, especially the service passports, that they should come back, return the passports, regularize their status, if they should continue to enjoy the benefits and everything that goes with that service passport. So we thought to bring him back on tonight. So we have him for a while and move on with this conversation. Hopefully we can have him back some other time when we will go in more, we will go in detail even more. So we know exactly where we are. He, as a whistleblower, quote unquote, a whistleblower, where exactly do we stand with this particular fight? A fight that the Liberian government has decided to undertake. But again, something that is not going to be an easy one. Let's bring up Mr. Abraham Fana. He's joining us from Holland. Thanks for joining us tonight, Mr. Fofana. It's good to have you on.
A real Liverpool team today. Let me go over one of Liverpool jersey to you.
Thank you for having me. Hello, Kono wa Balika. Balikale school.
Okay, so I know you want to do your Cape Mountain,
No,
but
that Kisi are speaking to him.
okay. The message can
Kono
understand.
Kono Konowa is not Cape Mount. It's Lofa area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you on here, Mr. Fofana. Thanks for joining the show tonight.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
So, how are you today?
Oh, I'm good. Amsterdam is okay. Unfortunately, I've intercepted some passports, and those connected, like Madam Vivian Kulubali, she's in Amsterdam here, but we'll speak about it. I have the passport in my possession as I speak. Just issued February 9, expires 2030.
Okay. February 9 expired 2030. Now
Yeah.
we're gonna get this conversation moving on. I want us to take it bit by bit.
Yeah.
Let's make maximum use of the time we have right now. Now, the last time we hosted you on this platform, you made some revelations with respect to some individuals who are not in service, who are not diplomats, who are not even Liberians, being in possession of Liberian passports, illegal possession of the passports. Sir,
Right.
I will. We have a rule on the show, and on the show we don't eat.
Oh,
So
sorry.
yeah. You no,
Okay.
you don't have to throw that out. You can just
No.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I just thought to
Go
let you know.
ahead.
Yeah. So you provided some information. You told us about how you were investigating this process. There was some clique, some cartel somewhere. How the passports were being sold. Where exactly are we with that particular aspect of the conversation before coming to where some of the actions that the Liberian government has taken? Where exactly are we? Given that there has been this whole transition from your own investigation you've been carrying on, has
Look,
there been any improvement in the situation?
from my end or from their end?
From your end, from what you have been investigating.
Oh, okay. Anyway, from my end, things are progressing. But from my personal assessment about the foreign minister and the group from the foreign ministry, look, Nelson and others, there will be no change from the process because the same people that are making these rules at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs have been there before and they are there now. These are the same people. Most of the passports that are processed, the signatures that are on these passports, or the people that sign before these people get this passport, the same people stay in the foreign ministry. So sometimes they only change the minister. Changing the minister, you don't do anything. The minister don't know where this problem is. She's jumping on service passport. Service passport, a terrorist will not use a service passport so easily. A terrorist uses ordinary passport. Money launderers use ordinary passport, and these are how they call it, the 419 guys, they also use ordinary passport. They don't use service passport. But you know, they don't want to contact us. They think they can do this thing by themselves. And I'm telling you, the same thing I told you about the DEA. On the same show, I told you this. I said the DEA is another Ulemo K fashion. You took me for a joke.
Mr. Fofana, I want us to concentrate on the passport situation a bit. We're gonna go outside of the conversation, but let's address
But
the passport, right?
Nassim, before we can, if you can please allow me, right? Before we can even go in depth with Mr. Fofana, can Mr. Fofana kind of tell us, his his authority?
Intro.
No,
Right.
no,
I mean, at least let him introduce himself to us.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
tell us the sort of the authority that he possesses.
It's true. It's true. You are right. Anyway, I'm Abraham Fana. I'm a Liberian. I'm the head of Liberians in the Netherlands. People call this country Holland, but we the Dutch people, because I'm also a Dutch, when you call us Holland, they trying to segregate. So the whole country, we call ourselves Netherlands. When you say Holland, you're only talking about Amsterdam. Okay? We have North Amsterdam and things. So we refer to ourselves as Netherlands. I worked at the Ministry of Finance while I was in Liberia. I ran for presidency for the Liberian Football Association. I ran with Edwin Mervyn Snow. And I was a manager for player Arvin Power Kia. He was the highest goal scorer for Liberian national team. And also, no, not the Liberian national team, the National League, Liberian National League, and also the high school league. Yes. That's it.
Okay. I mean,
Okay, Ture, I think you get a little bit of his intro about introduction, but
Or should I go further?
So do we have any
let me,
link with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Liberia?
next Ture will come to those questions. We want him to come in with his, like let him explain, because as he was saying before, like the foreign ministries, like they are not in the interest of the Liberian people. So we want him to explain himself, and then we'll come in with our questions. Any question we get, and then we can ask him. So, Mr. Abraham Fofana, are you done, or you want to lament on the same issues that you are talking about?
So let me just go ahead with the issue where we stop. Yeah. Yeah, Brother Nelson or Alfred, I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I think I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, Maba, you were trying to say something. I had to address something urgently. Yeah. So so Mr. Fofana, you can take off from where you stopped, because we want to go in depth into this discussion. It's a good thing that you were able to make a brief introduction of yourself. So you can go ahead now.
Okay. For the passports, if I give you information regarding passport, that means I have copy of that passport. I don't like to give information about something I don't have in my possession. But I'm not working with the Liberian government to get these contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm working with international partners here. And I have some contacts with the International Criminal Court. That's the reason why I'm fighting for the War Crimes Court to be held in the Netherlands, because of the security in Liberia.
Okay. Going back to the passport situation, you just said you are in possession of some recent passports.
Right.
So
And
what authority do you have? How do you come across these passports? How do you get to have access to them, and even being in possession of those passports?
yeah, I will speak to that when the government decide for us to work to smoke a peace pipe, that I can open their eyes.
Now, this is serious, because the last time we hosted you here, you said you started this investigation since 2009 under
Yes.
President Ellen Johnson's relief.
Right.
And you've been investigating the issue with Liberian passports being in the wrong hands since 2009 up until 2023 and thereabout, as of the time we hosted you.
Right.
Again, someone may just be concerned, how authentic are the passports that you have?
Okay. If you wish, between you and I will send you this most recent. But let me give you the name before I send it to you.
Yeah, no,
The,
just send it to me.
Yeah,
Let me
don't.
pull it up. Send it to me. Share the passport with me. Let me pull it up. Then while you're talking about it, but you can be going on while you're trying to do that.
okay. Let me just go to the WhatsApp. To,
So,
no, I need.
let's just give me 1 second. How many passports we are talking about?
No, I will send you one. The most recent.
So how many passports have you been able to get hold of? I think
No,
that's
Nelson, I will send you the most recent one, February. Until the government can decide to work with me, then I will open up. But if they say they want to sit by themselves, okay, let them continue. But I can only tell you that based upon this passport that are being issued, they are in wrong hands, anything can happen.
how serious is this situation? Talking
It's a
about
serious situation. It's a serious.
we lost him.
Yeah, he
We
will come
lost him.
back. I think yeah, but that's in the last time we discussed the issues, and we went into a lot of stuff, and he was able to give us a lot of information. But he said a recent one. So I want to ask him if that this year January or last year January. Like I'm a little bit confused because he said the most recent one.
Yeah, so I think he's trying to share it. That's how he went off. But again, it's serious because uh, talking about the talking about the issue of the passports being in the wrong hands. He needs to provide more information on this. He said he's been investigating this situation since 2012. What has been the level of progress made so far? We've seen transition. Okay, so let's forget about on the former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Okay, so let's come to President George Weah. Let's leave that era. There has been a transition. It's been 2 months since we saw the transition. What significant progress have we seen as a result of this whole process? The transition, everything that's happened. What significant progress have we seen? And these are all issues that you have to speak to as well. So let's hope we can get him back.
Yeah, but that's it, right? How much we have a different minister, foreign minister. I think Mr. Fofana need to come with a lot of evidence, so it can be, like it can be in a way that if anybody who will be working along with him will not just come up with a story, will come up with a
No,
factual story.
again, Moba.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Fofana is saying that the most recent passport was issued in February.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but we get February now. Last year February.
2024.
Yeah, 2024. So meaning that 2020. I'm a little bit confused because anyway, it's the most recent because like
February 2024.
Yeah, Nelson, most recent passport can be 2023. It can be 2022.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit confused.
Because our Liberian passport can go for 5 years, right? So your most recent passport can be 2022, 2023, 2024. So we will hope that he will send you the
clarify,
the passport, and then you can display it for us to see exactly what he's talking about. Because this issue of passport is a very serious issue, and it's important that while we want the government to take everything seriously, the passport issue is very, very, very germane. We can't sit there and say, this man has been crying for a long time. He's almost like the Armstrong Jabba. Because I've listened to him so long that every time I hear him speak, I think about Armstrong Jabba, who continued to tell the country that you give me money, I can make of all the fee I was said. I can do that 1 year. I get it, technology. I get all the ideas. You give me money. You help me. They may be crying on radio, on social media, and nobody listening. That's the same thing with Mr. Fofana. He's been crying out to our people in leadership to say, look, this is what happening. Look, Nelson, this is what happened when you have, an endemically corrupt country. People don't take things very seriously. Do you know why the United States is the most powerful country in the world? It takes everything seriously. It takes everything seriously. Every information that comes, they take it very seriously. Look, one of my last international relations class I had, my brother, the professor said the more you know, the more you don't know. So every information that you get is very serious. You do thorough investigation. Don't sit there and feel that you know plenty, because the more you know, the more you don't know. So when people like Fofana come out here and say this is what happening, people should take it seriously and call him for some level of conversation. But sitting maybe crying, I have not heard it. I have not heard him talking about, the Minister of Foreign Affairs have invited me, so I'll be going back to the country to meet with the minister to lay out some of the information I've been talking about. Nobody cares, and it's about time that we rethink about how governance should be, and people who are charged with the responsibility to lead this country, whatever way you are, whether you are maybe director or assistant minister, you have a responsibility to perform. Keep your side asking up. This man has been crying. Besides that, the man is a leader in the Liberian community in a foreign country. He said, this is what happening to our passport, and nobody taking it seriously. What else can we do as a people? Because if you have a government, if you have a leadership that is not taking things into account, because people look, the whole passport issue, Brother Nelson, has become a business. People take passport to be business in Liberia. They just sit over there and make a lot of money out of passport. So to change that system, it will take bravery, it will take courage to be able to get these people out of change their mindset. The whole thing is about mindset. People are so corrupt that to the extent they can do things at the expense of the security of the country.
So we have Mr. Fofana back on. Mr. Fofana, thanks for joining us. Vasco Smo, thanks for coming on tonight. So you just share a passport that I'm trying to pull up now. You share with me a copy of a Liberian passport that I'm trying to pull up now. And this is serious. This is serious. Vasco, welcome to the show. I muted you, sir.
Here's
I
one
muted
with you.
Okay, so can you say something again? Can you say something?
No, I said I have other passport copies, but this is most recent, so I decided to send you this.
Okay.
Because I intercepted this at the airport, Schiphol Airport. This person traveled through the airport, and there I intercepted it.
Okay,
and
so
I put the stories on our page, the Liberian Association in the Netherlands page, and the lady that brought this pass, and the lady that sent for this, Vivian Kulubali, and I put her on Facebook. She's there. She the one did this. But my informers from Liberia contacted me.
okay. Okay, so
I want you to put it there for the foreign minister to see it.
So this is what you shared with us, and I want to be sure I'm putting the right thing up. So I see here, Kane, Sam.
Right.
The age is there. Place of birth, Kakata. This passport was issued on, I see, the 9th of February 2024.
That's Kone, not Kane, Nelson.
Kone, right? Okay, yeah, Kone, yeah. So it was issued on the 9th of February 2024 and expires on the 9th of February 2030. And but the first concern that a lot of people may be having, especially those watching the show, is how did you establish that a bearer of this passport is not a Liberian.
Liberian.
Nelson, the procedures in getting passports, somebody will not go to Liberia and process your passport and bring it for you. That is illegal. It's only the embassy that should do that. You pay through the embassy if you are living in the diaspora and your passport is being processed in Liberia and it comes through the embassy and you go to the embassy to sign. Okay? That's the protocol.
But not.
So
Don't you
again,
think I don't have people at the foreign ministry?
no,
Wait, you think I don't have people at the foreign ministry?
again, Mr. Fana, sorry, I have to come in. My question was,
Mhm.
how did you establish that the bearer of this passport is not a Liberian?
This person, okay, could be a Liberian, but the manner in which this passport is processed, I have a problem with it.
So the other passports you have in your possession, now you're calling on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to see reason to give you an
Who signed for this passport there at the foreign ministry? Because you signed for this passport, it should be your ambassador or someone to bring the passport to the diaspora, to the embassy. An individual cannot sign for passport for you in Liberia to bring it to America. No, it don't work that way.
No, but
okay. So I'm coming, Moba. I'm coming. We're gonna get to that aspect. I know where you're coming from, right, Moba? I know where you're coming from. But again, let me ask this final question, and then the rest of the guys will come in. Mr. Fofana, the passports you've been investigating since 2012.
2009.
Since 2009, under former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, you said since that time you've been investigating, you've uncovered that a lot of people who should not be in possession of Liberian passports have been in possession of the passport. Since that time, all the passports you've been investigating, are these the only issue that you've had with those passports?
No, maybe you guys are only looking at the person being a Liberian, then that means the person should have a passport. But let me make a point here. You see this guy that is assigned with AB Kroma now, with the DEA, AB Kroma. They call this guy Mohammed Ahmed Keita. His other name is Mohammed Konde. I told you on the show 2 months ago. This guy is now working with AB Kroma with the DEA, and AB Kroma right-hand man. And you see what is happening now? The drugs got missing, this, that, the fighting between he and Fadiga. I'm saying to you, but he's a Liberian also. But he's a Liberian. He has 2 passports. Should he be having 2 passports?
Are you saying 2 Liberian passports or one?
Yes, 2 Liberian passports. One of the passports he's using Mohammed Ahmed Keita. The other passport he's using Mohammed Konde. He's assigned with AB Kroma. Quote me.
Again, I want to come back on this. The team will come in with questions. But you started this investigation since 2009. You've investigated situations with Liberians, with the Liberian passports being in the wrong hands. Again, my question is, in this case, your issue is basically with Mohammed Kone, right? Who is
Mohammed
a Liberian?
Kone,
Who is a Liberian? But didn't go through the rightful procedure to get the Liberian
2 passports.
So
to get 2 passports. 2 passports.
Okay, so you said that this individual has 2 passports, but your major point was he didn't go through the right process. You think it should be done through the embassy, and once he didn't get it through the embassy, then it means that there's a problem with the process, right?
No, I'm not saying because the person did not get it through the embassy, so it's not the rightful process. You can even get it through the embassy. It can also be the wrong process. because people working at the embassy are also in cahoots with these drug dealers.
Okay, so Mr. Fofana, let me say this. You don't have to use that microphone. What, like you said it now, once you talk, we will hear you. You know, you don't need extra mic.
Oh, okay. Then you are hearing me, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good. You're
Okay.
good. Okay. So
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me give it over to the guys to ask you some questions.
Yeah.
Let's start with Boba. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Nessie. You know, I'm a little bit confused about how much people want to like renew their passport. For example, if you having a Liberian passport and it expire, if you want to renew it, you don't have to be in a country to renew it. All you do, you send it. They'll look at your information as a Liberian and renew your passport. So that's a one correction. So if that person you're talking about,
to a point, you are seeing here that because your passport expire, you just take it and send it to Liberia. When they renew it, they send it to you as an individual. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, first of all, half of the passport that we're getting now is ECOWAS passport. And the ECOWAS passport, it lasts for 6 years before it expires.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also have ECOWAS passport. I have ECOWAS passport.
Yeah. So if I, for example, I like here, right? I get a Liberian passport or it expire. For example, if I want to renew my passport and I don't have a chance to go to Liberia, I can send it and talk with somebody.
No, you can't just send it. It's not official. Officially, you send it through the embassy or the consulate in America.
Yeah, but you send it to the person. You send it to the embassy. You're not giving it to the person to fix it for you. You're not.
No.
You give it to the person to do it for you.
Officially, the embassy will receive your passport and that expire and register it and send for the new one. When the new one arrives, they will call you.
Okay,
that's the official. That's a protocol. That's a process.
I agree with you. So my point here is, our brother, you're talking about having a left in the United States or whatsoever and renew his passport. Ain't me to say that he he did it or like against maybe doing or some kind of shitty deed. No, he did it because he want to renew his passport. So I want you to say that this brother doing this because he carry on clandestine act, or he want to maybe do something above the law. That's the reason why he don't want to renew his passport. I don't want to.
No. The reason why I brought this one.
I come in now. When we discuss the passport issue for the very first time when you came on the show, we discuss it and we all understand and we all know that our passport have been given to a lot of foreigners all around the world. But when it comes to Liberians, like that corner name, that corner they are Liberians name. They're looking at when you're talking about Mexican or people from Brazil, people from Nigeria, all the names.
Okay.
If they get it, then we
then
get
the Nigerian guy. Then the Nigerian guy passport as well. The Nigerian guy name.
Or just a
the Nigerian.
We need to go over to the other folks.
I think he's making a comment.
I just want to make a clarity because I see fault within our brother
passport. There is fault. There is fault. If you say so, then I have problem with that. Yeah. Let me tell you where I have the problem. I sent you a passport the other time. It's belonging to a Nigerian, but the man's name is Mohamed Kamara. Mohamed Kamara is not a Liberian name.
How you know it's a Liberian name?
Mohamed Kamara is a Liberian name.
Okay, but I came on this platform 2 months ago to tell you that guy is a Nigerian and he's living in Amsterdam here with me.
Wow.
So why are you telling me about Kone? Then you said the Liberian is so the Liberian person. No, I'm doing my investigation. I'm not taking information from the street and just send to public. I've been doing this from 2009, and the former president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, is aware. She know what I'm doing. But I'm not telling you all the Liberians, you're overlooking it. But something can happen in Liberia. Liberia is not safe. I'm sorry to say it. You might think I'm hate Liberia, but what is happening? Our passports are in wrong hands. We don't want our country becoming like Sudan or Somalia. Just stop. I take my time to do these things so that we can protect our country. But when you say the person need connect the Liberian, let's leave it, we will leave it. But remember, Liberia set on time bomb. Take this from me.
Okay,
I'm working
so
with people that work with NSA. I'm working with people that work with foreign ministry. I'm working with people that work with Ministry of Information. Other places they can give me information, credible information.
Yeah, so
Am I?
yeah,
Am I?
Mr. Fofana, quickly, let me just jump in here because
Uh,
I'm not waiting for Nelson before I lose my thought. Yeah,
you want to self-regulate, right?
yeah, but quickly, Mr. Fofana,
yeah.
I agree that why Nelson was coming in, I've been listening to you for quite a while now. So what opportunity you want from the government? What do you want the Joseph Boakai government to do? So today, if Joe Boakai calls you to come to Liberia and provide this information, will you be willing to come to Liberia?
No.
So how do you
Ask me
think?
why.
How do you
Ask
think?
me now. Ask me why. No, you
Coming
ask
there,
question.
how do you think that you're going to help the government in this fight? Because I believe this is something that you have passion for. You want to make sure that the right process are followed. I believe you are working in the diplomatic arena for quite a while now, so you know the processes that leads to somebody acquiring a passport. Do you think you'll be willing to help the government since you can't come to Liberia? Why do you think you don't want to go to Liberia?
No. I didn't say I don't want to go to Liberia. You said whether I will help Joseph Boakai. I said no. The reason why I said no because I'm not happy. Joseph Boakai was vice president to Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Omer Joseph Boakai knows me personally. I grew up in Yesen in Foya. I was born in Foya. I used to work at the Ministry of Finance. I work with customs. I work with real estate. I work in so many capacities. So Mr. Boakai know what I'm capable of doing. I don't lie to people. I tell you this, take it to the bank, it's true. This information I'm sharing with you, I didn't get it from people that will just read they say. Liberian people will say they say our Liberian way. These are credible information because I'm working with people from NSA, Foreign Ministry, Finance, and things. Even our embassies here. Don't you know, even our embassy, can you imagine? It's a 419 place. You call, nobody can pick up call. They went and sold the land, the embassy land. I brought all those issues again. I went to the embassy. I even took photo of the embassy inside, outside. But they are not doing nothing. The only their concern is to work with international community. And let me tell you, if we continue to report these things in the media, United States government take us serious. If you think you're the Liberian people not taking Fofana serious, but the government of the United States of America listening to me.
Okay.
My stupid things I can be talking on Facebook, the listing.
Thank you, Mr. Fofana. Alfred, is that your last question? You have another
I want
question?
to come back again. Let me try to.
Welcome to the show. It's good to have you.
Let me ask my last question. Mr. Fofana, you are quite aware. Yeah, you are quite aware that this issue of passport is a very serious issue. It's an international issue. It has international and national security implication. And given that Mr. Boakai has just taken over, and this issue of passport has been a long-standing issue within our country, what opportunity would you want to give to the government in terms of helping the government to fight the issue of the fraudulent issue about passport reservation to people that are not supposed to have it? What do you think can be the best way forward to help the government?
Firstly, what I said, no, I want to take it back. I was just joking. I can't say no to my government. Additional to that,
let me catch a man.
I said, let me take my words back. My country, I love Liberia. You think why I'm doing all these things for Liberia to be better? You understand? For Liberia to be better. The government have not been financing me to do this. The embassies have been against me because I'm doing this and thing. They said, Mr. Fofana, why should you be doing this? We're making business with the Nigerian people. They pay us sometimes 2,000 just for one passport, and we could give you something. You think if I wanted money from these Nigerians, tell like this, I'm a rich man. Yeah? But I trust my securities. I trust how I move in the Netherlands. You can't fuck around me. Let me just tell you this.
Are you willing to help the government?
Provided. provided.
Yeah, so, Mr. Fofana, let me say this, sir. Let me say this. This is a family show. This is a
Yeah,
family
yeah,
show. So our choice of words,
yeah, yeah. Okay.
we
Okay.
have to be mindful of, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
On radio, we are on radio in Liberia as well. We're on
uh,
several radio stations. So I hope we keep our choice of words clean and professional. Thank you, sir. So, Ture, you want to come in? You have some questions for Mr. Fofana?
Well, Nelson, to be quite honest, I don't think I have question for Mr. Fofana. Because I'm in doubt, man. I'm not even gonna lie. No, to be quite honest, I mean, Mr. Fofana need to tell us more. He need to tell us. I mean, where is he getting his information? Does he work for the Dutch government? Right? Does he have any authority? Like, I'm talking about government supervised authority that he can have access to any passport entering Dutchland. Mr. Kamara need to tell us. I mean, Mr. Fofana need to tell us that. And for me personally, I just don't. I mean, I don't know. Probably just gonna pass on this one. I don't have question.
Thank you. Vasco?
Yeah, Nelson. Thank you for the show. So, Mr. Fofana, how you doing?
yes. Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you for your work. Thank you for your good work. I mean, I understand you said you've been trying to reach out to the government and so they could be able to work with you to see how best you can solve some of this passport issue, but they are playing deaf ears. And since you have your connection in the international sector, I mean, continue to push the case. Continue to push your case. Let's see what's going to happen because the passport issue is not a joke. I understand people, yeah, I understand other people may not take you serious, but for me, I'm taking you serious. And I want to ask you this question. So since the rescue mission government came to power, how many cases of this passport issue have you observed?
I've observed more than 40 now.
Mr. Fofana, do you mean it when you say 40?
You know, I will not lie to you.
The Unity Party government has been in power for about 2 months.
God. Do you know how many people traveling through Skipper with passports? Look, Nelson, I'm not under obligation to send this copy to you, but just trying to convince you guys that I am on top of things.
So, Mr. Fofana, so what I'm getting from you is
people are also sponsoring me. Yeah. People in our international community agree to my idea and they are sponsoring me. And this thing we are overlooking. That is the reason why. Well, let me tell you. That's the reason why. If you, Nelson, think about it. Liberians, when you carry a Liberian passport, they ever gave you 2-year visa to go to America? No. They can get Sierra Leonean 10-year visa, 5-year visa, but they don't get Liberian 2-year visa. Ask yourself, you say, why? People say that, no, let's forget it. So good connect Liberian. So good connect Liberian. Let's leave it. We are damaging the country. Time we come, Liberian passport, they will be putting 1 month visa to go to America. Trust me. Say Fofana, say it.
So, Mr. Fofana,
1 month.
let me conclude
my last question.
My second question. So, just 2 months of the new administration.
More than 40.
You have experienced more than 40 different cases.
Yeah.
So what you observe is that what you really try to tell is that the issue about this passport business going into the wrong hand of people is going to be terrible under the Unity Party regime. That's why you flagging it also soon like this.
Okay,
doing this thing.
I just unmuted you. Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead. You observing that the thing will be so terrible.
Not I'm observing that it will be terrible. It's already terrible. We just need to fight against it. You understand? Because when we say we be, then that means we're expecting it to to be terrible, but it's already terrible.
Terrible.
But you guys are not getting the information.
No,
I'm
for
sitting
me,
on
I'm getting
information.
you. I'm getting
The
you.
other day, this guy, Jerome, how to call him, Gibson Giroux, he came to challenge me, and he saw some letters from the Dutch Parliament when the people wrote. I can't tell people who can write me. He went to check behind me. Nelson, he brought letters from Dutch Parliament about me, right? You know how many letters I get?
No,
So,
but honestly, you didn't address Mr. Gibson's issue that
Gibson. Wait, I'll open Gibson Pandora box for you.
You
Just
open that
wait.
Pandora box for
Yeah,
Gibson.
we don't want to go there. We want to remain in the confines of what we're talking about tonight. So Vasco, are you done? Okay.
So,
Emmy, you want to come in?
Absolutely. Hello, Mr. Fofana. Thank you for coming again.
Hello, Madam Magibi. Are you Madam Magibi, right?
It's Marsha territory.
Marsha territory. Sorry, man. Sorry.
Okay, so
Anyways, I know our brother here can't help but to turn everything political, even though if it's about the country, he does not care so long. Oh, my party did it worse, so I want the other people to do it worse as well. That's what important to him. But let's get back to and he's trying to put words in your mouth, but let's get back to real business here. You said it's already worse. Thank you that you said that, because we've been hearing that it's worse. So it can't get any worse than this. Thank you. But one thing I'm confused about, maybe you said that and I wasn't here. You say you're trying to get in contact with people, you're telling people and they're not listening to you. Whom are you really contacting about these information?
Okay. And at that time, our president now, Joseph Numa Bwaka, was a vice president to him. It was a vice president. So to her. So Mr. Bwaka is also aware of me.
So since you did this reaching out, has been like 12 or 18 years. Is that what you're saying? Or you have reached out since?
For Mr. Bwaka 2017. I told him about it.
2017.
Yeah, 2017, sorry, 2017.
Okay,
in fact, that day, he and I took some photos together. If you go to Facebook, you see him holding my hand. We're taking photos. So 2017 at the embassy. Yeah.
Okay. So have you reached out to the foreign affairs? I mean, the foreign minister, to the Minister of Foreign Affairs? Have you reached out? Because you said 2017 to Mr. Bwaka, and that was the end of that term, if I'm not mistaken here. And there has been a new administration for 6 years, which we heard horrible things about these passports that got worse. Did you reach out to anybody within that time?
No, for me, I don't have that time again. I've already told them, if they overlook the information, let them see what is happening to DEA now. DEA is training their own malicious.
Mr. Fofana, I'm kind of confused. If you're saying you're trying to save Liberia, right? You reached out to Mr. Bwaka. His term was out. He was leaving. He wasn't in charge 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. He just got back. He just became a president. And within those years, you never reached out. And then you said you got tired and you're concerned about Liberia.
I say I'm tired. Like, for instance, the foreign minister, if I call the foreign minister, she would think that I'm looking for a job.
Why do you care what she thinks?
No, because I've already told them. So I'm only playing my part now. I'm only playing my part now with the international community. Any information I get, I deal with the people that I'm supposed to deal with. Then that the people will connect them. People will contact them.
Do you think you're being fair with this government right now? The one I just took power.
I'm very fair. I'm very fair. Omer Bwaka is my uncle. I'm Kichi.
It doesn't matter though.
No, but if you say I'm not fair to the government, how would they be fair to my own government? No.
You already assume.
Look here. Who predicted Joseph Bwaka to be president? I predicted Joseph Boakai to be president in 2017. I produced the president of Liberia. And at that time, Joseph Boakai was not a president. I put him there as a president in waiting. So if I don't have that respect for him.
What I'm saying is that, Mr. Fofana, if you will let me.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that you reached out to the wrong person in 2017. Joseph Boakai was a vice president. He wasn't a foreign minister. I get it. He was a vice president. Since then, 2017, he's been out of government. He was set in to be president in waiting, like you said. You have foreign ministers and all there since for the 6 years. You never reached out to anyone. We all know what's been going on the 6 year, by the way. So I can't promise you that something was going to get done then. But you never reached out. This lady just coming as a foreign affairs minister. You already assumed what she would say to you. Yeah, and you'd say you're being fair to her when you don't even know if she's gonna look into it or not. And you already so how are you rolling? And you coming to us? We have no power. We cannot do anything. We can just sit here and highlight it and talk all day. We don't have any authority to do anything. And you already eliminating the authority. How is that fair?
No. I'm in contact. Look, I have President Joseph Numa Boakai WhatsApp number. The old man has my number. When the old man used to be in Ghana, he will call me. Let me tell you. So he took over. I decided to wait, let him rest. The day for the inauguration, it fell off. I immediately called her phone. So the other lady took the phone. How to call her? Maureen. Maureen, yeah. She talked to me because I was concerned when they said he fell off. So I even wanted to talk to President Boakai that day, January 22nd. Yes. She was trying to carry the phone to President Boakai, but she said that.
You're not answering my question, sir. You're not answering my question.
God.
I don't want us to do the relative part to or a relationship or what. I'm just asking you about the passport issue and who are in authority to handle this issue, and you are eliminating them. But this is why
I'm not eliminating them. No, that word is too strong. I'm not eliminating.
You're undermining them, or you already.
No, not undermining. Not undermining.
Tell me.
It can be undermined.
So, Mr. Fofana, I want us to do this. You said you've been investigating this thing since 2009. The Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government did not give you an ear. The George Weah administration did not give you an ear. And Boakai administration, in 2 months, you are saying that there have been over 40 cases that you have seen or noticed or what have you. But why do you think these people are not giving you ears?
What do I think they are not giving?
Why do you think they haven't given you an ear? Have you provided anything substantial enough to have those people give you their attention? Do you think you are that serious? You are any serious for those people to give you their attention?
When the rightful time comes, we'll know whether Fofana is serious or he's not serious.
But Nelson, can I come in? Did you do any written document, find any complaint, or maybe like a written document or any? Maybe the foreign minister or
as I earlier stated on this, show, I told you Asa Nyinabo, the ambassador to Belgium, Brussels, was my best friend. Asa Nyinabo and I used to communicate about these same passports. He used to come to my office in the Netherlands here, Asa Nyinabo. But one day, I saw his name on this war crime court team. So I came from The Hague that day. I said, Nyinabo, so your name on the list. He said, Fofana, forget about that thing, man. I was there when even Prince Johnson called him to show that Nyinabo and I were very close. Senator Prince Johnson used to call Nyinabo to find out, how the war crime court team. So that day I was present with Nyinabo because he was my best friend. And Senator Prince Johnson called him. He said, buddy, everything there. Then he would say, oh yeah, team fine. Forget about that thing.
Let me join in here because I think Mr. Fofana is not doing justice to our audience. We are
I must apologize. I must apologize.
Mr. Fofana.
I must apologize. I must apologize. So
hold on, Mr. Fofana. the late night show is a very serious show. So when we come out here, we are not here to waste our time. We are here for serious business. Do not distract all with sentiments. We are serious about the passport issue. Let's stick to the passport discussion, and let's be fair to our audience that are listening to us, and let's discuss the issue here without sentiment. Whether you and somebody were friends before, it has nothing to do with our conversation. What is important tonight is the issue of our passport, how our passport has been processed, and how it is in the hands of the wrong people. Since you have been investigating this issue since 2009, we expect that you will provide tangible information that can be useful for the government that are listening to us, that they can do their own outside investigation to authenticate some of the things that you are saying. But if we come to be distracting us with long stories, it will carry away the importance of this show tonight. Thank you so much.
Okay, so the passports are giving you gave them to me to give to you? Or you think I'm under obligation to give those passports to you? The copy of the passport I gave you, think I'm under obligation to give it to you? I'm not under obligation to give you even a copy of a passport. I'm a whistleblower. I want to give it to you, I give it to you. I don't want to give it to you, I don't give it to you. If I give it to you, what help will it do? I gave you a copy of a passport now that has been produced recently. What will you do? You're not doing nothing. You're not an authority. I'm dealing with authorities here.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Fofana. Sorry, you want to come in, and then we take few calls. We take very few.
I want to come in because like in the voice of Mr. Toure, the whole conversation is just convoluting. Even some of the basic questions. Mr. Fofana, I appreciate your role play in the issue of this passport, because I know for sure that Liberian passport out there is leveraged out. Even when you put in a case down, like you want to file for somebody, your case is pending until you don't know what time. So people are using different means not to get at people here. But again, if you're a whistleblower, I think it is prudent that we have listening audience. Not only all you are obligated to answer some questions. There are people who currently following the show tonight to take a point in time. They listen to you, Mr. Fofana. So when you are asked some basic question, please go to the issue directly, not carrying on whether you are in lo-fi and all the stuff and things. I know you want to correlate your relationship with people from different areas. We appreciate that, but I mean we don't have much time in our field. So I have a very one question to Mr. Fofana. I think that question has not been answered. I may ask you the question, but you jeopardize it by saying you think they will not do nothing. Again, have you contacted the Ministry of Internal Affairs, which is responsible for the passport issue?
Oh, no, not Internal Affairs, Foreign Affairs.
Foreign Affairs,
just 1 month ago or 3 weeks ago, when they appointed, how they call him, the Commissioner of Immigration. The Commissioner of Immigration, Zago, Honorable Zago. I call him because I have his telephone number. I call him. I say, Honorable Zago, you know what Fofana stands for? I stand regarding this misuse of passports. I talked to Zago, if he's listening to this live interview. Honorable Zago and I talk on the WhatsApp. I told him I'm prepared to work with him as an immigration commissioner to protect this passport. I call him because I have his number, but I couldn't reach him, so he called me back. Okay, and we talk. Then what do you want me to do again?
So
do you think I'm not talking to authorities? You know how many authorities I speak to?
Okay,
when Frank Musadin, the former minister, the former minister of justice, and I used to talk under George Weah administration. Frank Musadin knows me personally, so we used to talk. I used to talk to him. They didn't do nothing.
Mr. Fofana, I want to say, Emmy, you wanted to come in just before I say what I want to say.
Yes, because I asked him earlier, after talking to Mr. Boakai in 2017, he said he didn't talk to anybody else, but he said he talked to Musadin, and I want to believe you.
No, Zago, Commissioner Zago.
Steve Zago.
Steve Zago. Yeah, Steve Zago.
So recently, and Steve
I
Zago.
said 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I talked to Steve Zago.
So what did he say to you? He didn't. He acted that he didn't care about it, or is that why you said Mr. Beslow would not care?
No, he did not talk about anybody. I told him, I said, look, don't forget, you are the immigration commissioner now. This passport business, let's try and fight. So he said, okay, because he and I were in Abidjan when the war happened.
So,
You understand?
Yeah. So Mr. Fofana, anything you want to say in closing? Is there anything you want to say in closing? As a major message to Liberians listening to you tonight?
The only thing here is that it's unfortunate, the situation that we find ourselves in, because I love my country, but I want to be frank to my compatriots that Liberia is not safe based upon the manners in which our passports are being used by people who are not Liberians and will be Liberians. The country is not safe. So I'm asking them to prevail on the government so that we can fight against the misuse of our passports. It's not late yet. Let's try and fight against it. I've been seeing it on Spoon Talk. It's not the first time, second time, or third time I've been seeing it. Because I told Spoon Talk that, in fact, the DEA will become a Yulemoke fashion.
No.
No.
Yes, sir. You know, we actually we actually invited you to talk about.
So you don't want to hear the fact?
No, it's not about. It's not, guys. Let's do this.
I'm not accusing somebody. I'm telling you the fact. You want to hear information. You want to hear reality. I'm telling you reality.
Yeah. So here's the thing. They
Well, she didn't say DEA.
No. The invite basically was about the passport situation, the progress being made. What does it look like?
But yes, I'm talking about the passport. The DEA is now having somebody. Ebi Kroma is now having his operation man.
I want us to remain in the confines of the discussion for tonight. We're gonna extend an invite, to have you come and talk about the other aspect, especially the information you have about the DEA. But till we get at that point, I want us to. We appreciate the fact that you were able to speak to the passport situation, and we look forward to having you here. We are certainly going to arrange and have you here another time to talk about the passport issue. The DEA and other information you have surrounding that.
Look, if I'm not interested to talk about my country passport, the time here now is almost 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I should be using the time to sleep. It's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. So if I'm not serious to come to talk about this passport situation, I wouldn't be sitting here at this time.
Yeah. Certainly.
I wouldn't be sitting here at this time. So you think somebody will just contact me and say, Mr. Fana, want to have you on Spoon Talk? Then I just come? No. Okay? Certainly. I'm saying to you, this Mohamed Kone, I told you, Mohamed Kone, he's also known as Mohamed Keita. He has 2 passports, Liberian passports. He was arrested in France. He's working with A.B. Kroma. That's what I'm trying to say. And I told you on the show 2 months ago that Mohamed Kone, who is using the same name as the other name as Mohamed Keita, is working with A.B. Kroma. And the drugs that got missing now from the airport, he's connected. You all will get to hear it. Fofana can get this information before you. Trust me. I know people in Liberia. Something drop in the street, I'll get information. Don't think I'm taking my information from the trash.
Thank you, Mr. Fofana.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fofana.
You are most welcome.
Your contact is right.
And we look forward to having you again. Thanks a whole lot, Mr. Fofana. We appreciate you for being here tonight. Look, we have limited time, but I just hope Mr. Fofana was able to speak to the passport issue. I don't know if he did, but this is where we are. But a lot has been happening in the country. the CPP officially dissolved today. Toure, why did you leave and now you're back? The CPP was officially dissolved today. You listen to Mr. Cummings. You listen to you listen to the other officials of the CPP, Mr. Musa Hassan Biliti, the chairman. They were all there. But something is happening. The collaborating political party dissolved, but at that program, you had several opposition political leaders that were there. You take, for example, the people welcome Vasco chairman, the CDC chairman. He was there today.
Really?
Yeah, the CDC chairman was there today. Interestingly, I saw Councillor Tiawon say Gongo, Toure's political leader. He was there today. And then the question is, we're gonna go back to that whole CPP dissolving and what did they achieve and all of that, and so forth, the back and forth they had under the chairmanship of Mr. Bility, who is now the lawmaker. But did anything go wrong along the line with Councillor Tiawon Gonglo, his party pledging support to President Boakai? From that very moment, a lot of people started to sense something. His vice president or his running mate was on the tour that day at the official launch of the Unity Party campaign. But nobody ever saw Councillor Tiawon Gongo. And so people became a bit concerned. Unity Party goes to election. A lot is being said. The political lead, the vice president to Councillor Tiawon Gongo is heard, making the case. He's on Spoon, he's on other media outlets supporting President Bakai at the time, the candidate. We didn't get to hear Councillor Tiawon Gongo. To the point where his vice president is appointed EPA boss, the head of the Environmental Protection Agency. He's now in the Bakai administration. But Councillor Tiawon Gongo is nowhere around. Just to see the CPP having an official program where other opposition political leaders are coming, and then Councillor Tiawon Gongo surfaces. He's seen there, and he tells the folks that he's open to opposition discussion. He's open to discussion that will see a vibrant opposition that will push the government's feet to fire. Now, the question is, did Councillor Tiawon Gongo really give his support to President Bakai during the election? Or was it a fashion of the party that pledged support to President Bakai? Is there anything that went wrong along the line? Maybe Toure is here. Toure was a member of that establishment before pledging his support to the rescue team. Did anything go wrong? Now, let's come to the CPP. The CPP had their establishment for several months. In fact, over a year. They staged the biggest protest in the country, the June 7th protest. For so many years, those people held together. At the point, there were breakaways. Mr. Benete decided to hold on the party, but did they achieve anything under the ability fashion of the CPP? The objective of having a collaborating political party, was it achieved? Now we're going to come back to the other aspect of the discussion with those different opposition blocks coming together. But let's start the conversation from here. And let me start with you, Alfred. Alfred, what do you think is going on here? Councillor Tiawon Gongo is in the opposition while his running mate is in position in the government already.
I think Councillor Gongo's appearance today to that program is a distraction. And I think that the way the CPP ended today, it gave Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence an opportunity to rebrand the Liberty Party, having considered the fact that Hassan Belete, who was the mastermind of destroying the party, now in government, he has a stake to play to ensure that the Liberty Party become a very vibrant party that we know before. And I can say for sure that her role she played during the election, her leadership role she played during the election, it's now time that she begin to reverberate that same form of leadership that she played. That today she's a Senate pro tem. Because I can tell you for sure, the next political party that should come back to be the party will be the Liberty Party under the strong leadership of Yomdi Kanga Lawrence.
No, we're gonna go to the Liberty Party thing, Alfred. But did that establishment achieve her objective?
No, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Now, what will be happening in the next few months to come is that you will see the realignment within the Liberty Party. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised to see Musa Hassan Belete coming back to his party and telling Liberian people we sorry for what we did in our politics. Don't be surprised, because the Liberian people have given him 6 years to be in the House of Representatives. Now, what he will be doing now is that, let me tell you the smart thing Belete will be doing. Belete now be playing on the Liberian people because he will want to go into the Senate. And he will need the Yomli Kanga blood blessing to go into that Senate in 2029. The only way he will be able to achieve that is by rebranding the Liberty Party to get a blessing of
Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence.
Get a blessing of Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence.
And that's a good one. We want to make sure we go around the table with this. But let's talk about the Taiwan Gongo thing a bit. You say it was a distraction.
I think it was a distraction.
What do you think is happening here in the Liberian People's Party? The VP is on one side, and the standard bearer is on another side. I can see Toure is convoluted right now as we speak. He's he's trying to find his way around this thing. But what's happening here? The VP has a job. The VP was seen visible with the campaign of President Barker and all of that, but the main purpose was not. And a lot of conversation was around this. His sister, Madam Edith Gongo, where and everything that transpired in that whole arrangement in Nimba County and so forth. But what do you think is happening here? Are we about to see him going back to a vibrant opposition, or do you think he's going to play the neutral card, or maybe go with his vice standard bearer?
This is I'm reading the mind of Councillor Gongo right now. This is his argument that his vice president as a Liberian has a right under the Constitution. This is a constitutional scholar. Has the right to work in the Liberian government. Not because he was a vice president. So because he was vice president to him, he should stop him from working for the Liberian people. That is Mr. Gongo's argument. On the other angle of whether or not Mr. Gongo will be going back to opposition, Mr. Gongo has repeatedly argued that Joe Boagai is not good for Liberia. He has repeatedly argued that. That is the reason why you see he remained on his throne and said Mr. Boagai has been part of the problem. Only 12 years.
But if he's going back, to opposition, you saw the MPP representative there. You saw the CDC that led the country for 6 years. You saw the CDC representative there. If Mr. Barker has been part of the problem, and this Councillor Gongo, who presents himself as the solution to the problem, is going or decides to go into a marriage with some of the folks who have been into this whole governance thing in the country over the time, is he going to be making any difference?
Well, I think given his proximity in our Liberian politics, I think he's somebody that is well respected. He comes with a lot of, he comes with a lot of high moral integrity. People will listen to Councillor Gongo. He's our opponent lawyer. We got high respect for him.
Thank you.
The way you put in there, as if to say, he won't make himself as the boogeyman in the opposition. I disagree with you. I think what Mr. Gongo is doing is that as an opposition, remember now, He's an opposition already because he not won the elections. He's an opposition. So he
no, but that's by choice. And we're gonna move to Toure next. But that's by choice. Because his party pledged support to the Unity Party, the rescue, mission and all of that.
But
you saw his vice president
visible. Brother Nelson, pledging support to a political party that you believe has an opportunity to regain to regain the people's trust doesn't mean that you cannot disagree with that after that support is being given.
Okay.
We have seen several times with time immemorial where people gave support. At the end of the day, they come out and say, no, even though we gave our support, but
we take it back.
We are not going with you anymore.
Thank you. Now, let's hear from Toure. Toure, it's a good thing that you on set tonight because this is the political party that when you first came on this platform that you were propagating, you were selling to the Liberian people. You were telling Liberians across the 15 counties of this country and beyond that this man, Councillor Tiawan Gongo, is the best choice of the people of Liberia. He can provide good leadership. He has what it takes to move this country forward. What do you make of everything that's happening now? The Vice Bearer with the rescue mission, he's at the EPA now. He has been given a very good job in government, replacing Professor Wilson Tape. But Councillor Tiawan Gongo is seen visible and even saying that he's open to discussions that will foster a fire-burnt opposition. What do you think is happening here?
Well, there's a wise, I believe it was George Washington or Thomas Jefferson or whatever. Don't quote me on this. He once said, "We are endowed with our Creator with certain inalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." All right. Look, at the end of the day, the councillor he has every right to go wherever he want to go. Do I still believe in some of his political maneuvering? Absolutely not. But I still believe in his ideology to lead Liberia to prosperity. I still do. That position of mine have never changed. Do I agree with some of his political moves? No. Is he stubborn? Absolutely. Nobody can tell us that Uncle Gongo is not stubborn. He's a stubborn dude, right? He believes in his conviction. His intuition probably would not be sort of like or confused with some of his political moves and decisions that he have made. That's constant. That's one thing I like about him. But do I agree with some of his moves? Like I said, no, I do not. Was there something that I expected him to have show face in that gathering? No. And why do I say so? Because for me, Nelson, to whom much is given, much is required. And there are certain areas that I'm not supposed to feel myself. When I was in college, I went to all of the house party and everything. When I graduated from college, I don't want to go around campus because you know what? That's above my social engagement. I don't want to go around campus no more, except when I want to go to a graduate school. But other than that, I'm not going to these things. And there's time and place for everything, right? What's the urgency of such a gathering? What is happening in this country? If we love the country, we should all be on board right now to help this government move this country. We should not be engaging in any political maneuvering. I don't think that's what we should be doing right now. If we really love the country, we should be helping GMB. That's love for country, right? We should not be creating any political theater right now. Huh? The public is barely in there for 3 months. I mean, what is all this? Was this so? I thought it was a welcoming ceremony for
Mr. Cummings,
the 1% man. But I mean, but to be quite honest, I really don't see this. I don't know.
Here's the thing, Toure. As someone who supported Councillor Tiawan Gongo, you had this program organized, folks from the NPP, a constituent member of the CDC, The CDC chairman was there. Folks from the Liberty Party were there. But Councillor Tiawon Gongo, over the months that we saw the election go, he was known as the broom man, holding the broom and sweeping corruption all at the Temple of Justice and everywhere. Who were those that were in power at the time? It was the folks from the CDC that were in power. Those were the ones that he was propagating all of those messages and, saying that the system.
Nelson is coming for later.
Okay. Yeah. Look, like what Nelson was saying. Like I said, and Nelson just laid into what I was saying earlier. There are certain areas that I can see myself in. There are certain grouping that I cannot associate myself with because of the antics, because of what people are going to say, based on people's perceptions, right? Even though perception are reality, but when you put yourself in certain condition, you open yourself up for misinterpretation, and people may have their right to say whatever they want to say at that point. Like I said, man, look, at the end of the day, that's Liberia for us. That's Liberia for us. You see America, people go through all of their political, back and forth, and it get bitter. It gets really, really bad. Like a classical example would be 2008 presidential elections. I mean, the primary between Hillary Clinton and President Barack Obama. It got so bad, right? That people really thought the Democratic Party was divided at that point, right? But after Obama won the nomination, guess what? Hillary Clinton came along. That's maturity, right? To foster the country. If you really think it was really, really bad, and you thought that you had what it takes to fix it, right? And you have somebody other than the president that you guys, all of you were trying to remove, see from power. You have an opposition president now. I think you should all be all hands on deck to foster a better Liberia, right? That should be all of our goals at this point, but not to indulge into anything that they're going to create, a paranoia. People start feeling like everything is really bad. Oh, you see, Gongo and CDC and these guys coming together now. What is going on? It's just bad. It's a bad energy. It's a bad spirit, and flat out a bad look for our country. I'm very, very much disgusted, to be quite honest.
Thank you, Ture. It's good that you mentioned what happened in the U.S. here, but with Liberia, if it's not me, nobody should get it at all. That's the mentality that we got in Africa or in Liberia. It's always some kind of low jealousy thing, or it must be me. Then it's not good enough. But go ahead, Vasco. What do you think about the whole meeting thing?
Yeah, I think there was a collaboration between the ANC and the Liberty Party, and that was for the election. So I think they had an agreement. And so after the elections, they decided to call off that deal and maybe move ahead. Maybe another deal will be struck in the near future. So based on that, the collaborating political party sent an invite to all opposition leaders to attend their program. And based on every one of them being now in the opposition, those other political parties attended the program, and which Councillor Gongo was part of. So I see nothing wrong with them coming to attend series of programs. Everyone not saying the same thing.
You see nothing wrong with Councillor Gongo being there, even though during the second half, they said his party had endorsed the president now party.
Councillor Gongo is not a Unity partisan. He's not a member of the Unity Party. He has his own party. Everywhere around the world, especially for Liberia, who have multiple parties around. When election go to second round, people take side, support who they want to support. So he took a side and supported the rescue mission, and they won the election. So don't forget, he's still opposition. So
why so soon that he would? I mean, he supported a group and they won the election. So why are we seeing him at an opposition meeting already?
Like I said, he's an opposition. I mean, he's not part of the Unity Party. He is an opposition. Look, when George Weah won the election, I mean, Manuel Nukwe, who was the running mate to Joseph Boakai, George Weah appointed him. And he took that opposition. He was not a sedition. He was with a Unity Party. So nobody should beat on Gongo for Gongo attending. Okay, look, Gongo is a since the President Boakai won the election, have he called Councillor Gongo to sit down with him and to tell him his plan, to invite him to work along with them?
We don't know that.
Okay. So apparently he haven't done that. Not because he gave the man a running mate position. So which means the man will not keep the government feet to fire. That's why we are. Every country will always have opposition. The opposition is there to.
Can I come here a bit? Yeah. So Vasco,
what you want to say?
This Councillor Tiawon Gonglo is the very man who held the broom and said he was sweeping corruption throughout the CDC government. He said your government was the most corrupt government ever in the history of the country. You looted the coffers, the resources of the country, and abused innocent Liberians who needed justice. Will you, how do you see this very Councillor Tiawon Gonglo maybe going into a political marriage with you guys?
Look, Nelson, I know most of us here listening to Councillor Gongo one time when he came down high on the president right now, on Boakai. So during campaign period, people say things. So he said that CDC was the most corrupt government. I mean, that was his view. But today, I think Councillor Gongo, being someone who is far certain he think, looking at the early stage of this Unity Party, I think they are putting something in their mind that this identical administration will be the worst ever in the history of our country. So they will not wait until things get ratty. So they have to start soon to mobilize forces to go against these people. Because for what we're looking at, for me, since I was born, I've been like, bro, I see any government starting at this level. I see it before. Today you saw something on Spoon TV, you saw something today that have never happened before. I was ashamed of my country today.
What's that?
All these things happening. I mean, I know maybe next will bring a topic or we can throw light on it. You saw the thing that happened today on Spoon. Disgraceful, very disgraceful. People that claim to be the most educated people that came to rescue, that know everything about Liberia. You saw them today. What they do.
Yo, Vasco, you know people, you just said people, right? They are human beings. They are not God. You understand what I'm saying? Do you agree that people are meant to have disagreement, that your teeth and your tongue in your mouth fights? Just because you're educated doesn't mean you don't have disagreement with people. Do you believe that? Or because you're educated or you came to rescue, you're not allowed to have? Is that what you're telling us?
I mean, there will be this let's say disagreement, right?
So I think Vasco wants to take us back. For Vasco, we're going there, all right? But this is the thing. Do you think, Vasco? Do you think, in all fairness, the Councillor Tiawon Gonglo Party, the CDC, the Liberty Party, the ANC, and all of those different political parties, do you think they can make a very good opposition, a firebrand opposition?
Yeah, Nelson.
Can they work together, given the different political ideologies that they presented throughout this going campaign period? Can those people can they work together? Can they make a very good opposition?
Yeah, Nelson. They can work together because you saw it today. This is just the beginning. There was just urgent invitation I was sent out to them, and you saw all of the parties around there today, the main opposition political party, and every one of them saying the same thing. They are open to work or open a working relationship with other political party. So I mean, watch and see.
Thank you.
Watch
Thank
and
you.
see.
Is MOBA done, Emmy?
No.
Okay, so MOBA, you can go ahead.
Sorry, it's not done.
Okay.
Go ahead, Suarez. You just
Sorry,
completing everything, doesn't.
Well, thank you. And the question is surrounding around the presence of Mr. Gongo. Basically, some of the things that happened to the Alpha Lab program. I think one thing we're not flagging out here is his disclaimer he made when he went on that program. He said, I'm on the program not as a member of the LPDP, not as a representative of the LPDP, as a political party, but I'm on the program as Councillor Gongo.
Oh, you mean LPP?
LPP. I'm not there as a representative of LPP, but as a member of as an individual who was invited by Musa Bede very urgent.
No. Listen. Who is he in the LPP? Who is he in the LPP?
Should be the former political leader now.
No, but Suarez, listen, man. This is a national discourse. We gotta do justice to our audience here. The
That's what I
man
want to do
is,
now.
yeah. So yeah, let's do it this way.
So you gotta give him chance.
Aside from politics, did they invite him as a councillor or as a politician?
What Councillor Gongo said that what I'm repeating, and you gotta give me chance. Let me lay my premise.
Look, you trying to conflate things here, and
in as much that we want to politicize or latch Councillor Gongo, we must identify a few things before we go forward to the conversation.
Okay, yeah.
Councillor Gongo said, I am here as an individual, as Councillor Gongo. I'm not here as a representative. Play that recording. I'm not here as a representative from the LPD, right? So I understand that there has been issue in the LPP, right? Drinking from the very support that the LPP gave to the Unity Party, because it was alleged that Mr. Gongo was not satisfied, but majority of the executive member voted, it has to go that way. And if you observe the reading of that particular statement was not done by him as usual, it was done by the chairman, right? So that speaks volume to their support at the time they gave to the Unity Party. But the basic reality surrounding this particular council we're talking about, like Teresa, this man has been very stumbled. And I listened to one of his recording. That was an interview when you went at the Senate. They were interviewing about the 10 issues. Not because we brought this government to power, but we're going to criticize the government. And I'll be very critical on the government because I want to see them succeeding. So he made those statements. So I wanted to take those statements into consideration and give him the benefit of the doubt. Moving forward, we know this man to be one person who have said the CDC was not an alternative. Right? He has a broom all around the place with sweeping corruption all around the place. And at a certain point in time, he said he didn't see anybody to represent the country at the level of the presidency except him. So I want us to take these basic things into consideration. So I don't want us to just have a complete conclusion because Councillor Gongo was not there as a political leader or as any member of the LPP.
You know, sorry. Yeah, okay, Toure coming.
I understand. No, but you gotta give me a chance now.
No, I'm giving you a chance, but I just
let Toure inject. Toure will have to inject.
We give Toure the time to inject tonight. Sorry.
Yeah.
Look, the same way you cannot separate water from water, you cannot separate Honorable Tiaon Gongo from the fact that he's a face of the LPP. He's the political leader. All right. So he can go there and try to say he's not here, his presence here is not in any capacity of the leader of the LPP. He can say all that. That's rhetoric. That's political rhetoric. Okay. At the end of the day, he is and will continue to be until he tells us otherwise. All right. So he can say all of that. We saw the fact that this man and Konowa hit it right. I love Gongo. I still got my broom. I still believe in his ideology, but I have a professional disagreement with him in some instances, and I have every right to do that. So he can go and do that. He's stubborn. He's not gonna hide his hands for being who he is, and that's fine, right? So we're not gonna take lecture from you, Soiree, telling us, oh, the man went there, he did not go there in the capacity of LPP. Come on, bro. Come on, it is what it is. He saw a party indoors, JMB. Nelson, you play that clip, and I spoke of his body language. He seemed very, very enthusiastic. He was not. He was not. He was disinterested, but his professional side of him could not allow him to stay home. But even staying home would I even done justice, because his body language definitely did not serve him justice. We all saw it. We can go back and play. He seemed the whole process seemed very distasteful to him. He could not believe it. But yesterday he went there. So at the end of the day, look, it's not gonna change. Gonglo is gonna be Gonglo. He's not gonna change. He's not gonna make any
we're talking about
compromises.
integrity here. We're talking about integrity in a whole lot. And we sincerely respect the councillor. We respect his decisions.
I
But
love the
as a
councillor.
political leader, as a national leader, we need to discuss these issues because it has a bearing on the quality of leadership that we're gonna have either now, tomorrow, or in time to come. So, Soiree, you want to conclude, and then we bring Moba in. Alfred,
So the
will bring you.
reason I respectfully and tolerantly listen to Toure, it is I want him to learn his thoughts. And I hope you give me the chance to learn my thought. I identify and I acknowledge and I give you reason in the past what have happened before coming to tell you the statement he made. So the individual we're talking about has always been the way he is. And you talk about professionality in Liberian politics, it won't work. Great. You and my second get different style of politicking, but Liberian politics, it is always the way it is. You will see Vasco come on the platform to the city. Unity Party is like this and that. But if Vasco don't have certain principle in line with him individual self to go by what he said in the past, to not seeing himself as an opportunist, there's an issue right there. That has been the problem of our politics. So his presence over there might send certain messages out there. Oh, this is the political leader of the party, but what is he doing here? But I want us, the same way we're giving the benefit of the doubt to our government to do some things, I want us to give the benefit of the doubt for the party, to not just be conclusively concluding my due verse. And one of the things that happened over there today, Nelson, if you observe, the Liberal Party is at war yet. And few things that you guys did not really identify, the statement the political leader and the chairman of the party made, that the Liberal Party will not be a pro-government party. They are not pro-government party. So that brings to my understanding that there's an issue in the Liberal Party. And that issue you're talking about, you want to go to Nyomble. Musa is stumble. Musa in politics at a certain stage. I disagree that you want to bow down to namely a certain level. They might, it's good that
thank you.
To conclude quickly, it is good. No, don't tell me thank you. Let me conclude on my talk quickly.
My man, you want to self-regulate on the show? I said thank you. He said, don't tell me thank you.
Yeah, don't tell me thank you, because you sometimes you don't allow me to learn my thought totally. I mean, it's not wrong. So quickly, the issue about the Liberal Party, I think they have to look in the right direction, because they have certain level of people, caliber of people in government, so as to resolving that issue, and that which we are for. So I mean, Musa's statement is caring, honestly.
Thank you. Moba, you want to come in? Let's hear from you. The CPP, they dissolved CPP now, and everything that went on, the representations. Councillor Gongo is there. Moba, did you ever imagine that Councillor Tiawon Gongo would have sat? Did you ever imagine that you will be sitting in a seat in the same
I was,
space on the political
yeah,
table with the CDC that he have criticized terribly over the
yeah.
time.
Actually, that's my big disappointment. Actually, with Mr. Gongo, because he preached against the government and he whole broom, he sweep the entire country, say the
I'm
entire
looking for the
country.
broom video. I'm trying
Yeah,
to get that video.
I get it my phone. I could send it to you,
Yeah,
but
share
you
the
know,
broom video
no,
with
but I on the phone right now. I can't do it
me.
except you give me a few seconds. Maybe I'll go check
Oh,
on my
okay,
computer
okay,
and see if
okay.
I can send it. Yeah, but he took upon his time, sweep the entire country, and he preached a lot of stuff that people believe in him. People thought that he could, he could be the change, and we all understand. Like, Gongo is a very nice person. I met him one time when I went to Liberia last year, when he was running his campaign. But what really baffled me, I'm very, very disappointed for him and CDC to be sitting on the same table and discussing issues about 2029. It just show us that we that can come on the platform, we shouldn't like hair our hair for any politician. We shouldn't put our neck on the chopping board for any politician, because look, my brother threw a year a few months ago, saying all the nice thing about Tewa Gonglo, and even to having a broom in your hand. But end of the day, he chose to sit with CDC. And that's thing, the whole CPP thing, right? That also the whole CPP thing is dissolved. So what? My question, maybe I don't know if the general asked that question to Mr. Kumi, because I think he did stand up bearer for the entire whatsoever thing. What's the new group they're about to open? Because when you look at the entire body over there, the political party,
What was the essence of sweeping? No, Moba.
you're breaking. That's not getting too clear. Oh, that doesn't go. Yeah, but I think that's will come in with a question. But my thing here is, right, with all the political parties sitting over there, my question, or maybe I don't know if Jenny asked that question, what is the next step? Who will be that stand-up bearer? Who will be the vice stand-up bearer? Because now they all try to emerge to be a one political party. You get CDC, you get Mr. Gongo, you get the LP that split, and that divided. So it's just confusing. There are a lot of bunch of confused people sitting over there.
When you look at the entire body there, I'll lend your thought.
Yeah, they are all confusing. They're confusing us. Yeah, the government only got 3 months. They know what to do. They all sitting with CDC, people who just came from power. They spent 6 years doing nothing but take the country back, and then you sitting with it. Then you say you want change. What are you telling the Liberian people? What are you telling the Liberian people? Are you bringing another broom? Or what are you bringing a bulldozer to clean to clear the entire country? Because if you look at the people who's sitting over there, look, only 2 people are taken from over there, right? With integrity. Mr. Kumi, although he don't have the numbers, and Gongo, but Gongo, I see improvement wrong. But sitting even with CDC, who took our country backward, he Gongo said that the entire justice system was a mess. People carry cases, if you're not connected, you're dropping and putting in prison. There was jungle justice, and he's sitting with the CDC chairman. What's the new thing they're about to preach? And what the new thing they're about to bring in 2029? There's our questions we should be asking them. And they already dissolve CPP. What's the next political party they bring up? Who are those people? So we shouldn't come and lecture the Liberian people about the bunch of jokers. They are all jokers. They're doing nothing to impress the Liberian people. They're all greedy. 3 months in the government, they are sitting over there talking nothing, but talking about, we dissolve CPP, now we come out with another group. What is the group you are coming out with? How many political parties over there? How many? The same political party that ruled the country for 6 years, sitting over there talking nothing. Then they say they won't come back. Come back to do what? To continue the looting? To continue the insecurity, the instability of our country? to train them, to carry on a lot of things that were happening to increase the drugs rate in the country.
Thank you,
What
Mama.
is the issues? Are they coming with? What is what different they bringing to the table that the Liberian people can say yes?
What making you vest?
I'm so devastated to that in Councilor Gongo, man. Yeah, he's a man with integrity. You shouldn't be
Sorry.
those people.
No, so Mama,
Sorry, Mother.
Go listen to Councilor Gongo.
Can you please let me ask Mama? Mama, you say you're only disappointed in Councilor Gongo, but you're not disappointed in Mr. Cummings. Why is that?
No. Like Mr. Kumi, he's the head of CPP, and we all
okay.
yeah. Listen, now let me conclude on this. When we started this show, we all said here say the ANC is a small brother in CDC, and it's clear. We all saw it and we said it, and it is coming to reality. So what shocked me now for Mr. Gongo now to join them? That's where my disappointment came from.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
I didn't say something.
So, go ahead, Afra.
Thank you for the opportunity, Marshall Territory. In my opening statement, when Nelson was being so rhetorical, I said to you that Mr. Gongolo's appearance today was a political maneuvering and it was a distraction. And my brother Suarez quite proved me right. When in fact, he quoted Mr. Gongolo by saying that Mr. Gongolo said he was there as an individual. He was not there as a political leader or representing a political party, which of course we know that was a political chicanery. It was a lie. You understand? We know that. That's why I said his appearance over there was just a distraction. It was not there to to kind of knee-jerk people to say, oh yeah, but we're coming to see a new face in the opposition. That will be Mr. Gongolo. Where all the other political parties will kind of revolve around him. That is not the case. All right. And with this issue, I disagree with you, my brother Suarez, when you said his ability is a stubborn politician. He will not yield to the direction and leadership of Yomni Kanga Lawrence. Yomni Kanga Lawrence has been tested, and she has come up victorious to the point where everybody thought that she was going to give in when the pressure was so high. She never gave in. She stood her ground, and I can tell you, with this victory, it has put Yomni Kanga Lawrence in a different sphere of the politics in Liberia. She controls a lot of things. She influenced a lot of things. And if Mr. Ability will want to continue his political life successfully, I think it's about time that they reconcile the Liberty Party and make it the Liberty Party that we knew. That when the Liberty Party speaks, the government listens. Because she's part of this government.
Thank you.
That can only happen by the party coming back together. And that will give Mr. Ability an opportunity in the next political move that he wants to make. Thank you.
Thank you. But go ahead, Tiber.
Yeah,
I thought we have Vasco here.
I didn't see it here.
I was calling him with this whole
and he can go after Tiber.
And I know Suarez said something about Musa Ability and his political muscles and all that stuff. Yeah, Musa Ability political muscle can actually help him independently, but I don't think they have any gravitas collectively, because that did not resonate from bringing Mr. Cummings even harder than his vote that he got in 2017. All right. So if from 5%, I believe from 2017 to 0.1% in 2023. So it did not come to play, and we saw how well Musa Ability did by himself in Nimba, right? So I mean, look, two things you can look at two things, but being controlled by one individual, but with two separate outcomes. All right. So I mean, look, and that's what politics is. They can say, okay, we love you when you go alone, but we not love you when you go together. So that's the case with Musa ability in terms of his ability to move when he's with the ANC, with the collaboration now, right? Of the CPP or how you want to call it. Look, at the end of the day, Nyombli still control that party. And she becoming speaker now have just elevated that whole that whole leverage that she has now. And I think that that's gonna serve her well comes 2023.
2029.
I mean 2029. I'm sorry, 2029. Thank you for that.
Formulating everything here.
There's a lot of things to come to play. And look, there's so much that we're gonna be looking forward to come 2029. But right now, I don't know, man. And Musa Bele don't even. Man, I'll not trust Musa Bele.
Go ahead, Vasco.
Lord,
what do you mean?
Lord, what really making you so angry about Gongo being in a meeting today? I see Molba so angry, forcing anger all kinds of ways.
You asking question or you making statement? Which
was it wrong for Teron Gongo to be in attendance today? It was never wrong. So why should we make it all an issue? And I heard you saying CDC was here for 6 years. What they coming to do back? But the people that you supported, the most corrupt government ever in the history, according to John Molu. The government that damaged Liberia today, that was struggling. The government that had the opportunity for 12 good years that received the yes. Turn up. Came back to power. And a CDC who, in my mind, since the war, apart from some kind of government, but since the war, CDC have been the best government.
My man, I am constrained to interrupt you. I don't like to do this.
No, don't interrupt. Yeah, please, Vasco. I knew you were coming when I talk about that. Why I meet them myself alive.
I am very constrained to interrupt you, Vasco.
And then
can you really leverage? Can you really leverage the 6 years of
Alfred, Vasco the time to land. Let's give Vasco the time to land.
Alfred, let Vasco land. That's why I didn't take my time today to say anything about that CPP thing, so I can have.
I will appeal to Nelson here one day that the way I can beat you in the chat room. I alone with every one of you people. The reason why I classify CDC to be the best government ever, CDC done, we did some things in our country that no president, no other government ever done it. And I only name two and give you an assignment. If you come by here and call one president I ever did what George Weah did, I will not come out and show you.
Build a park?
No, when you back, so that
the first government, the first president, the first government to introduce the free or university program. Don't hesitate your teeth. It worked for almost close to 4 to until the end of the administration. The first government to pay student-wise fee. Okay, the first government to pay tax.
Can I interject?
Pastor, we can have all of government.
The first government of how many companies?
Wait. Can I ask you a question, Vasco?
Our government remain the best after the war.
Okay. So can I ask you a question?
How has that been?
Alfred, you can be disturbing.
That was empowerment.
Listen,
not empower people.
You said CDC pay wax fee and university fee, right?
Yeah.
I know that you're very intelligent to know that just because you're doing something doesn't mean it's successful. You have to see the success story and the outcome of those things before you call it successful, right? So with that being said, can you please give us numbers here and give us grades of those people that took the WISE that were free? What was their grades and the university students and stuff? Can you give us a success story of these things? Can you lay it out for us?
Thank you.
Yeah, but
Nelson here is a journalist. Look.
not telling you.
No. Vasco, you're trying to divert our discussion.
Don't call Nelson. Do it
Yeah,
yourself.
honestly,
Nelson, they
talking about
ask
CDB
me,
achievement.
I claim my thought, but now they won't be asking me questions. You know, I'm telling you, no government, you feel lying since the war. Nobody, no government. Don't
okay, if you can't give me anything, then I say because we already heard that speech.
Nelson said we're deviating from the topic, so let's leave it.
Yeah, we'll focus on the discussion.
No, that's it. It's not funny. Why ask a question?
Nelson, do not let Vasco off the hook.
Exactly. Don't do that. Then I'll let you be having to show yourself. Because I asked, but he ain't telling you about to bring it something. No, leave it alone. Go ahead, sorry.
Government, under our 6 years, we perform very well in the
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, go
more
ahead.
than
Thank
the
you,
United Party
Pastor.
12 years. It was only
Thank
enough
you.
that the whole Senator Key over almost all the schools in the country that they feed. The United Party 12
Thank you.
years. You don't know that?
Thank you, that's you. The issue about the Liberty Party. Yeah, we gotta agree to Vasco sometimes to carry this too far. I said, this is my time, brother.
It's Suarez time, Vasco.
But I'm sorry, so to tell me thank you.
You know how many times I said thank you?
I'm sorry. Think you can hurt you. I'm sorry. You said that. Should I make progress? There are a lot of people listening to others. They want to get some visiting. You know, they got the SSRO in political science. They call the solution, strategy, and result, right? So I want us to look at some business thing when it comes to that Liberty Party issue. For me, I stand by my statement. Musa Belede is too much, but he is now one of those who cannot unleash his stomach because he's saying any benefit. That get that clear. The issue about the Liberty Party at this time, like I said previously, there should be a level of reconciliation wherein I, as individual, aiming for. We agree that the Liberty Party, Musa Belede doesn't have the number. We agree with that. We saw it from the election, and there were a lot. We saw it from for the faction of Nyombli. But the legality stance, I want you to identify that. Musa Belede has the legal stance on that party now than any other person. Let's identify those things. So I don't want you to take certain things from Musa Belede at this stage. We agree we want the Liberty Party to reconcile. And I know when you put forth some things that Musa is saying, because Musa, he can't take it for he's a desperate politician. He will go for it to get reconciliation. Yeah. So I've not been a fan of Musa because of the politics, but there's some things we should identify. Again, on the issue of that CPP, I think they achieved what we achieved because they reduced most of the political party, and there are plenty of multi-party things we didn't see for the National Election Commission here to here when it counting number. So that was one of the things I think they achieved. It was a good thing that they did their program, and other political party were there. One of the things there again, Liberian political party, is the issue about if you are in political party, you in certain place in government, that doesn't give you certain right. We see it from the level of I think the MPP, right, where Joel Howard Taylor, she didn't have certain votes in the MPP at a certain time. Because most of the executive committee member was in complete disagreement with some of her actions. But then she felt she was a vice president and the standard bearer for the MPP. She wanted to do some things to honor the party. So I want to identify these three things to go forward. Thank you.
So thank you very much. You know, this is serious. And Ture, I see your hand up. But given what we've seen, what happened today, everything that transpired, with the CDC that just left power coming back to the stage, the folks officially welcomed the CDC in that opposition arrangement today. Do do those guys have what it takes? And I'm talking about those different political actors to bring about a kind of change, to form a robust opposition community that will have what it takes to even let's say unseat the Unity Party administration, like what the Unity Party did with her rescue and its alliance. Now the next thing is, what does it say? Getting all of those different political actors. Mr. Kumi said the worst things about the CDC. The CDC said the worst things about Mr. Cummings. Councillor Tiawon Gongo said some of the worst things about the CDC. Liberty Party said some of the worst things about the CDC. And just the same way, just in a cycle, having all of those guys in one room today, the same recycle old politicians going in one room today on one table trying to discuss the future of our country again. What does it say about the politics of our country? What does it say about Liberia? What does it say about the political future of this country? What does it say about the kind of Liberia that our children are going to inherit from us? Now let's have a conversation around that. Ture, let's start with you since you already have your hand up.
So Nelson, it speaks to our test for self-aggrandizement. It speaks to obviously self-interest seeking opposed to that of the masses. And it speaks volume to the fact that the entire country is politically charged, politically polarized, where everything now has to happen through politics. People are now indulged into entrepreneurship, technology. With everything that's happening around the world right now, where entrepreneurship is being encouraged, right? But our political leaders and people that we look up to be the change maker, right? But all of their hopes and dreams and aspiration is embedded in politics. That's what we see. That's what we see. You know, this is absolutely strange. For all these guys, with the exception of CDC, they all criticize. They all say CDC are bad for Liberia. Only for less than 3 months, they are all coming together. For what? What's the future?
Does it speak to the CDC as an influential organization, influential political parties that they can get in fact, that they can get the same people who criticized them yesterday to sit on the table to them? Does that speak to the influence of the CDC at this point?
Look, CDC pretty much CDC is like a live LB or you know, a toothless bulldog right now at this point. CDC has absolute no you know, political strength, and that will only come to play in the near future as soon as possible, because Chairman Molu departure from the CDC, that will definitely come to play, but that'll be another topic for another day. But what I can say, Nelson, this is not good. Yeah, Vasco, you can shake your head all you want, but that's the fact. You let messing around, you lost Chairman Molu. But let me come back to something Soare said about Musa ability. Yes, sorry, I agree, and I was staying on my position that independently, Musa is a you know a strong guy. You know, he can definitely do well by himself, but collectively, we have not seen that strength, and we don't have to go looking for reference. Then they just ended the election. Okay, we don't have to go back, right? And what's good of having the document in a court of law, but it cannot manifest in political numbers? Politics is number, so it becomes useless in that sense when you can say, well, in a court of law, Musa Ability got the document, he got the party, but when that's not reflective in gathering number, I think it becomes monotonous. you know. But by the end of the day, what we saw today, Nelson, is just a flagrant act of people that we looked at to be, you know, rational people that we looked at to be like, you know, the best, la creme de la creme, that they can make decisions for us in the future. But when these people start to behave like, you know, like regular individual, then it really, really speaks how lost we are becoming as a nation, you know. And I'll say this: yes, Honorable Gongo have the right to be anywhere, but at a certain place he's not supposed to be.
Thank you.
He can be in a mix of citizens. Come on, man. He said they were bad. He said they were corrupt. He said they were roguish. He said they were the worst thing that happened to Liberia. He said all of these things. He can go back and be shouldering with them. That is counterproductive. Thank you.
Well, Nelson gone.
Nelson in and out tonight.
I know, so I just give it to
Yeah.
you.
So
Go ahead.
can I go ahead? I will give Sister Marie the chance to
Yeah, I was about to do that.
Yes, with regards to
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, yeah, give me the chance,
Jonathan.
sister. Thank you so much for recognizing me. You know, I'm the new guy on the block today, you know, so this year you gotta give me a chance to talk. Yeah, with regards to the question Nelson asked as to I don't know where are we or where we're going as a country. You know
that
Nelson, please start
take
disturbing
Fred
you, breaking in.
but things will be
Oh gosh, have mercy. Go ahead, Afra.
So yeah, as it stands right now, you know, as I put my political cap on tonight, I think what the guys are trying to do, you know, they're trying to galvanize forces that they believe that can influence the Liberian people on their side. Only if the Joe Biden government slips. So they don't want to wait for 1 year to pass or 2 years to pass or 3 years to pass before they start, you know, making those moves. But what we can say here is that from the angle of the Unity Party, these guys are being carefully watched, and every movement that they are making, the party is watching and seeing exactly what they are doing. So what I can say to you is that, you know, in as much as we will talk about, you know, the CDC and how they destroy our country, we have recognition of the fact that the Constitution is very clear as to what to associate with, who to associate with, and what have you. So everybody have the right to go whatever way they feel fit in terms of the political amalgamation. But quite frankly, I don't think, you know, they are doing justice to themselves. What I think they are doing now is that instead of you know giving an opportunity to the Joseph Boakai-led government in terms of moving this country forward and how everybody here needs to be on that, because quite frankly, everybody recognizes that the country has not moved forward in the last 175 years. We have to change our mindset and change our politicking if we want this country to move forward. You can have a government just in power for 3 months, then you have whole opposition people say they having, you know, gathering and looking for fault on the government to start running with. Instead of everybody coming together, you know, to help the government move forward, because in the economic trickle down effect, anything that the government does right, it's not only going to affect the government in power alone, it's going to go down for everybody, whether you are in opposition or not.
Thank you.
So there's whole issue about, you know, Musa Hassan Belete, you know, being a stubborn guy. And I will tell you for a fact, Mr. Belete does not have the number, and he will have to reconcile. That's the only way the water party will come alive. And I want everybody waiting for that reconciliation that must take place that Musa Hassan Brede knows his place and the political leader knows her place. And that's what everybody waiting for.
Marie. Hi, welcome.
Hello, I'm still breathing, my people. Vasco turned me into a track star today. I literally just ran from work in 5 minutes time.
Deal with him.
Vasco, please can't get on my back. I beg you. Tonepa, you don't been talking, but you thought something good. You know when you're talking, you say in my mind, that only in your mind. It can happen that way. Not in anybody else's mind, but in your mind. Let me tell you something. I wanted to agree with you, Vasco, when you were saying that you don't see a problem with the CPP coming together to dissolve the party, which I agree. If it was just to dissolve the party because they have a coalition and then the elections are over and the contract is done and they want to go their separate way, sure, it would have made sense if it only included CPP members. But what made it political is that George Weah was there. I mean, not George Weah, but CDC party chairman was there. Okay. And then you have Mr. Tawan Gongo was there. And other people that wasn't part of the CPP, which made it political. Okay. Because I listened to my brother. I listened to my brother on soiree say, oh, we shouldn't just say something because we want to say, hey, let's not make it political. You know, Vasco sat here tonight and said that in his mind, there is no other party that have been like CDC. He have never seen anything occur like what happened today on Spoon TV. Vasco, those are government officials. It's understandable. What would you say about the one that included your president, Moluba Molu, and your president? Did you speak towards that? Did you speak towards the disgrace that your party chairman discussed your president and his activities within the government? Did you not see that one during CDC time?
Give it to him.
Did you see
that one during CDC time? Well, because mere government officials are arguing, bickering among each other, then you say you never see it, say your mom on you. You say you never see it before. Let me tell you something when it comes to the question Nelson asked. There is a new breed in electoral knowledge in our country. Those people can come together all they want. But Mr. Cummins and the lawyer, I don't even know her name. Say again, I forgot her name.
Charlene Bronski.
Mr. Kumi and Charlene Bronski result should tell you that just because you have coalition doesn't mean you will win election. It's the caliber of people that you involve within your coalition. You cannot go and bring CDC. You bring Mr. Gongo that supported Joseph Boakai and say he was the best option. And you go bring CDC. And then you say you want to put a coalition together to go against Joseph Boakai. You will only get 2.something% again. It's not people coming together that makes you get the result you want. Liberian people are gaining the electoral knowledge that they needed a long time ago now. Not anybody will come and fool our people anymore. They accept it and vote for them. So I'm not saying they cannot put their party together. But 2029 is going to be a tough time for them because some of us, the young people here, will be the one to choose who we see fit. to be elected as a president in our country, and we will support that person with everything we got.
Amen.
Liberia
Amen.
is not, you know, I now I understand. See that religion. That religion.
So,
The mentality that you guys have to even think that 2029 y'all will get a celebrity status like the Josh we have been having. Y'all have a long way to go.
So, Marie, let me ask you this question. I hope I'm clear. Am I back in?
Yeah, I can hear you, Nelson.
So, with what we saw today, what does it say about the political future of our country? When people who said the worst things about each other were sitting on the same table today, does Liberia have?
were you out? She already talked about that.
Yeah, I was out. Oh, I'm just.
Nelson, what I said is, in my opinion, it's
She
their
already
right.
spoke on it.
It's their right to come out or come together and decide whatever they want. But Liberia now have taken a trajectory where the people are educated when it comes to making political decisions now. Liberia is not the Liberia that allow Snow to go for 2-3 terms. Liberia is not the Liberia that allow incompetent government officials to sit there and not do anything for our people, and we still heal them. Liberia is no longer that Liberia. Come 2029, they will fight for it. And I'm trying to say that just because they come together, will not give them the percentage they need to win the election. And I reference Mr. Cummings and his standard bearer, I mean his vice president election, because that was a coalition. There was CPP, but at the end of the day, what did they get? What did they get?
Do we need the same old politician or a new breed of politicians come 2029? What would you recommend?
But that's what I'm saying. There is a new breed of political knowledge in Liberia. So those old politicians can come together all they want, but they will not determine the potential candidate for 2029. We, the young people, will determine the potential candidate that will put Liberia first for the 2029 election. So they have a long way to go. We don't need them anymore. We don't need people like Snow to say he rather advocate to increase his pay instead of paying attention to the needs of our people. You think the Liberians will see all that and they keep making the worst decision? They won't do that anymore. I can speak for young Liberians when I say that 2029, more than likely, we're going to have a person that is reliable and is fully supported by the youth.
I can see my political chairman in Marie come 2029. No can be chairman.
Nancy, are we taking calls?
Yeah, we'll take calls. If you don't, you can let me know, then we'll take calls.
Well, I'll put the phone number up.
I'll take calls. Let's be on the issue.
You just spoke like.
Can I respond? Because
respond to what?
By all means, go ahead.
Marie said,
if you respond to me, I respond to you. No problem. I'm on first one. Go ahead.
Yes, you did. Sorry.
You said some things. Like I always say, I'm on this show to sharpen the contradiction coming from you guys. That's what I'm here for.
To sharpen the contradiction?
Yeah, contradiction. So, Marie, we're discussing two different things here. Today, there was something that took place on Spoon Talk in the eyes of so many people on the radio and whatsoever. The thing that happened over there today, I know every one of y'all was ashamed, and y'all in the chat room. So y'all shouldn't come on the show now and act like and you're trying to hide your feelings. I saw everyone of you in the chat room disappointed on what happened today.
So Vasco, no chat room
When
discussion.
Vasco finish, I will respond.
Did you?
Nothing leave.
No, you don't have to respond. You already respond. You thought you.
No,
you
no, I responded to you.
So the issue about Molu saying things about the president. Okay, Molu went somewhere to sit down. Somebody recorded him.
We know the story.
It is quite different from what Molu was saying. That is not fact.
Yeah, because Molu was not in government. And he was
No, but let's give Vasco the time to land, guys. Let's give Vasco the time to land. We have to.
I don't talk. Let's mute them. So,
man, please try to learn faster so we do this thing.
Yeah. So what happened then and what happened today is quite different. And I'll continue to throw the challenge to you people. The things that CDC government did, apart from the war, there is no government you compare with.
Okay, you gotta let me say something. I beg you.
Thank you.
That is the argument I want for us to come one day, so I can name the things that we did in 6 years. So you have
that argument will never come. That argument.
Don't
no, I will defeat during the argument.
Vasco, unlike you, right?
Okay, so let's take a few calls from our folks in
Marie, you get love.
Unlike no, I disagree, Nelson. You're not coming.
But Nelson, you're not feeding me right. I didn't speak on the issue.
Unlike you.
No,
I will be the first when we talk about what happened today.
I mean, he never talk. I never talk. But for me, okay, I don't have to.
No, Moba, remember, Moba did not talk, but Suare did talk.
Suare was talking about driving.
Yes, Suare did.
No,
He spoke on the issue.
I didn't speak on the second issue.
Okay,
no problem.
Let's go to the line. We will come back. We'll still do our
speaking on what happened on today.
Marie will have to go to the phone lines. We'll have to go to the phone lines. We'll come back. Everyone will do their closing. We'll have to go to the phone lines. And so let's take some calls now. The WhatsApp number is
incompetent people that have go where
0555-101075, and the WhatsApp number is up there. You can call and make your input on the issues now. So let's see if we can take our first call here. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from. Hello, are you there? Okay, so we lost that person. Let me see if we can get another person coming here. Hello, you're live. Wow. Same thing again. We're having a little bit of issue here with the stuff. But you can keep your calls coming to. Okay, so let's get this call coming in. Hello. Okay, again we lost this one. But I think you say you think it's from my end?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm having some technical issues here. So I mean, I think we can do our closing and see how best we can wrap up.
Sorry,
okay, so
guys.
let me try this one. Let me try this one. Let me see this one if it's going to go through. Hello.
Yeah, Nelson, how are you?
Okay, it's good to have you on, sir. Your name and where you call from.
Okay, this is Gongo from Virginia.
Okay.
I just want to hit something up quick. The issue with the passport, I know the guy was like sound a little bit confused.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all should really pay attention to what he was trying to say. That passport thing is serious and it will impact us as Liberians. And then concerning what the political parties are trying to do, the opposition, and I think I heard someone say, this county, George, we are returning.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, I'm an MPP candidate. I'm an MPP partisan, but I've supported Joseph Barker during this going election.
Okay.
And I will tell you this for free. If the Barker government continues the way it's going, allowing the presidential affair guy to do all the crap, The same thing we complain about with the CTN and all those funny companies that lie them. If they don't do what the Liberian people expect, I can tell you, apart from President Boakai, there is no other political party in Liberia that got a guaranteed 28% just waiting. So George Weah will be seen back in the executive mansion. And I can tell you it's for free. We like it, we don't like it, that's just the reality.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for your input. Thanks a lot. So yes, you can keep your calls coming. Let's see if we can take another call from this other line. Hello? Hello? Hello, are you here? Okay, so we lost that person. So okay, but Emmy, you can go ahead.
So yeah, guys, we're back. Let's start our closing because I think Nelson is having a bad connection.
Yeah, I'm having.
So sorry, you want to start? Maybe you can conflate everything.
Yeah, thank you. Like, I think it was a great show. Like one of the callers said, we should take into consideration the performance of the government. What I saw over there is a piece, or it is an alarm of a recycling politician who has the level, let's say, self agenda. In another sense, if it is not me, I should get criticized. What I saw at the level of the CPP. And that was a little strategy that you and myself have not identified or talked about. Like, let's invite other political parties so they can know that we are around. So, in another sense, I want to agree with Alfred that it was a distraction that they wanted to bring up. But what we can say to our government, in conclusion, is let's identify the problem and give a quick facelift to the problem. Because the gullibility of our society must take it into consideration, especially in Liberian politics. There are things like one of us talking about PRA, I think today. The PRA arm of the government from various institutions, it has become a little bit weak. I know the information minister, they have their own press briefing, but you will not wait for a particular press briefing before you address certain thing. The PRA need to wake up because one of the things that latches to CDC, the government, their information arm was weak. And the level of propaganda and some of these things that I said was used as well took over their government. So they are not in power. So I think the Unity Party should look in direction with that, so as to making the government more proactive to the people. Because we're not speaking to the people, people will speculate. And the more they speculate, the lies go out there. So I think the government needs to take that into consideration. I think it was a good show. Thank you for having all your nursing.
Emmy, I have one call here. Can I squeeze this one in real quick? Let me squeeze it one in. Then I think then you'll move to the next person. I don't know who that is. But hello, you're live. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hello Nancy. My name is Josiah. I'm calling from Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure on this issue regarding these guys that gathering to form sort of coalitions after they bombard one another. And that's when we tell Liberian people that we shouldn't put the politician first and not the party first. We should put Liberia first. Because you fight their motives will be completely different. They will come and say something and look very nice, decent, and you follow them. At the end of the day, if you are true Liberians, you are patriotic Liberians, they will frustrate you. I'm a strong supporter of Gongo. Very strong supporter of Gongo. I mean, you have your own, saying why he was there, why he's there. You have something that to justify. But even going in a gallery, there are a lot of people that fighting one another, for the 5 different parties fighting one another. You don't see unity among themselves. You go in there, it does not show no sign of patriotism to Liberia. So now, if you are president in Liberia who want to fight for politicians and fight for a party, instead of fighting for individuals, instead of fighting for Liberia, you'll be disappointed. So don't put your heart into Liberian. Just I mean, I love him. He's my man. I've been monitoring him from the Mondays. I'm an old man. I follow him. But I cannot fight for him. I cannot even argue with him for people. Seriously, I cannot, battle with about it because of individual. Because these guys, they can change. They can do their own thing. So don't just be in mind that these guys are human beings. They have their own issues going on. So going there, I'm disappointed. Why go there is my man. I love him. But going there, they mean that he probably what I appointed by Baghdad or the interest was not certified with Baghdad. Why he is there? But the question is, why are you there for? Why did you tell you guys phone in that place? As soon as we come from that place, nothing will happen. I'll benefit Liberia. So the Liberians now should start learning that those guys are just there to just destroy our country. Until Baghdad mess up, we see what will happen. Baghdad mess up, there'll be jubilation for them. But I hope Baghdad messed up. Thank you.
Thank you.
You done?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
We're sorry. Go ahead, Vasco. I guess he.
They want get me out of the way quick.
You want it by everything. They give it to you. You want. They give it to you. You want. What is it that you want?
Second to the last.
Okay,
So
you be the last.
Two questions talk. Now I can
Go
talk.
ahead, Alfred.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to go. Okay.
Vasco. You know what I want to tell you? Let me address you before I say what I got to say. All of us are on this late night show here. Joseph Bogana knows us personally. We're not looking for a job from Joseph Boga. What we are looking for is the 40 years I can say he stay in power for. That experience that he got. To straighten this country here, to make sure that the law be the law for everybody. That you can earn by working hard, not by stealing. The money that belongs to everybody, you steal it, then you run away from the country remain the same. That's what we want Joseph Boga to do. That's why you don't know how much I pay for my internet. I don't know how much you pay for your internet. We all gather here to talk about the future of our country. So we are not looking for a job from Joseph Boga. Okay, we're not looking for a job. And we are not also looking for friendship or to be recognized by the government. No, we're not looking for that. What we are looking for is a better Liberia where all of us can be proud of. That we can go back and see the handmark of our government. We can go say, okay, I'm going to do some tourism. I can go to the tourist side. I can go back to Liberia and sleep in good hotel, walk around. Nobody will come harass me because they feel that I come from abroad. That's what we are looking for. That's the kind of country we want. That you can go to Liberia and walk the street 10 o'clock in the night where nobody will come and harass you. Okay? That's the country we are looking for. So we're not looking for friendship. We are not putting ourselves in a box to think that because we support a candidate, so we should not say bad thing about the candidate. Anything the candidate does, we must agree with it. No, they let now people are here. We not like that. When Joe Biden slip, we call it so that he can be accountable for it. That's why we are here. Okay. Now on this issue that we just discussed tonight, with regards to the dissolution of the CPP, I think it's a good thing. It is a good thing because it will give other political party leaders, specifically the Liberty Party, to have an opportunity to kind of reconcile their differences. Elections are over, so that we can have a vibrant political party that will be in waiting to take the helm of leadership when Mr. Boga leaves. Okay? Because eventually, I am not too sure Mr. Boga will come back in 2029 to run for president again. That is the reason why we are here, to make sure to remind the president of the huge responsibility he has. That's why I always say on the show that Mr. Boga is the last generation of people who were born in 1940 to still be ruling Liberia. 2029, the highest age person you might find in our election may be around 60 years old or 65. It will not be 75, 80 years old. No.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's why we are here. So all that thing that are happening today that you want to say that beating is just a distraction, and we are not going to buy into it. We are not going to buy into it. We are going to make sure to continue to remind the president of what he promised the Liberian people to make sure those things are met.
Thank you.
I'm not going to give any gray area for you to come and can't be jumping around. We say, oh, now what they do, no, we're not going to give that gray area. That's why we are here. Thank you so much. And I forget.
Go ahead, sorry.
Marshall, territory, I'm a brother. You don't buy a book.
Sorry, already done.
I don't know you, Mama. You don't buy a book.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Done.
Mama, you don't buy a book.
Sorry, was talking with Nelson said he
You
had
don't buy a
to
book?
somebody, right?
No.
I'm going to buy a book.
So I actually concluded, and then we
okay.
have to go on to the next.
Leak one you book.
I'll get one of that book, man.
Go ahead, Vasco. Oh, go ahead, Ture.
This is a book.
Leak one you. What happened?
To really know to wear for anything, so I'm saying, ma.
Oh, go ahead, Vasco.
Okay, it was a good show, but anybody who would think in their mind to look at the CDC and be saying that the CDC is not relevant, the CDC is this. Look, I can always tell you people on this show, the coming back of President Weah depends on the performance of this unity party. And this is a terrible sign for the unity party to see the opposition coming together very early, discussing about collaborations and whatsoever. It should send a signal to the unity party, because since the unity party came to power, we are observing strange things that have never happened in our country before. And it's terrible for y'all. So if you can sit here, if you cannot do 10 or 15% of what the CDC did for 6 years, you think what the option the Liberian people will be having? We elected CDC for 6 years, but CDC performed, they did some things. They pay our children wise fee. You're hearing the people right now, people horses burning, who they calling? President, we are coming to our rescue. Come to our rescue. Because before, when people houses get burned, the president was taking responsibility as the leader of the country, not just keeping the people and making them homeless and be passing around. He was able to build places for them to live. He's the first president to take people from mud buildings around the country and build modern structure for them. These are things people will continue to remember the name President Weah. So if you will sit there and think because you won an election with just 1% of the vote, and you want to look at a mighty party, you see the party is no longer important, or they are all of the way, you may be joking. You continue on the path. What the second man in command of the DEA can go and just fire somebody for a job. What the second man in command will go and get a lot, no, in your own man, I saw drugs coming in job, and all they are talking, blah, blah, blah. That free job part to your airport today. Free drugs, all these things your CDC are doing it or badly. You guys have come now to rescue, to correct it. You're even doing more. So if you continue on the path, brother, it will not be 1%. No. The next beating will be you. Because the people are hungry. Look at the amount of people are in the street. They ain't got no place to sleep. And your government has never spoken. Nobody from your government has said free about what is happening in the country. The country don't even have a leader. Everybody just doing their own thing. So I will rest right here. And y'all think about it. I will rest right here.
Keep going. I'm enjoying.
No, I respect you the time.
Thank you. And then you decided, I know I concluded.
Respectfully submit.
Yeah.
It's my turn, right?
Bigger all right now.
It's my turn now, right? You know, Vasco, you are absolutely right. A lot of strange things continue to happen. And the strangest of all of it is the fact that we have now relocated some of these 5 victims into the condominiums that President George Manneh we have constructed on the backs of the Liberian people. That's the most strangest of all. You know what I'm saying? You want to lecture us about morality? You want to lecture us about morality? Yes, indeed. A lot of strange things have happened. You know the tunnel that God preparing to come down and Joya coming be re-elected. That tunnel taking push up. That tunnel now coming out of the whole thing. Say you want to make the whole thing political. I have no interest to go that route. But at the end of the day, yes, indeed, Vasco, you are right. A lot of strange things are happening. And the strangest of all, those 36, I don't know, 38, sorry, how much? How many is it? Is it 34 or 35 condominium?
45.
Is that the number? Is it 45, 46? How can the number?
45 condominium.
So the fact that we are now relocating some of these 5 victims into these homes,
17.
That's the biggest of all. By the end of the day, we're not going to politicize it. We're not going to go that route, right? We all know natural disasters happen. It happened. Nobody pray for them, but it happened, right? When God told Noah to build the ark, you know what I mean? We know what happened. So Liberia is not strange to these things. It happens in America all the time. Tornado always happen here, Vasco. You know, hurricane happening all the time here. You know that. So fire happening in Liberia is a natural phenomenon. By the end of the day, that's not my point, right? Look, are we having this thing happening? Yes, indeed they are. Is the government doing something about it? Not to my liking. I have my reservation on it. I think government should do more. I think mobilization should be going on. I think jingle should be all over the air. This is unprecedented, Vasco. It's true. We have never seen that kind of outbreak in Liberia. I totally agree to all these things. But what we're not going to do, we're not going to find moral justification. Because you have absolutely no moral standing to talk on some of these things. Right? We saw a proliferation of drugs under your president. We saw that. That didn't happen. Huh? The biggest drug seizure in the history of Liberia. Matter of fact, in the history of Africa. Because we have never seen that kind of thing happen. American intelligence worked their intelligence, took the whole lead and put it in your hand. You arrested the drugs, you arrested all of the perpetrators, then you decided to free them and let them go. With absolute no repercussion, no restitution. That's what you guys did. All right? So I find it so difficult to get lecture from seditionists, especially adulterated seditionists like you. It is inconceivable, absolutely grossly, laughable for you to come and lecture us about. Yes, it goes. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, Vasco have come again and lay the platform upon which I was able to mash him again. I always love to come after you, Vasco, because the moment you start talking, I just keep jumping down my talking point.
Go ahead, Marie.
Thank you very much.
But me three, I reckon an hour and the woman don't even listen to the program. You want to say English?
So three. Did you just say Vasco is a decorated sedition?
You make a mistake. They made us sedition. They made us we are saying. Decorated. We are saying.
What did they use to decorate? What was it? The leaf
from the frog.
The leaf.
The cow hair.
Nelson,
Nelson, know how to suck them.
Nelson, Vasco went to the extreme indoctrination.
Yeah. Brainwashed.
Yo.
Yep. Extreme brainwashed.
Everybody was indoctrinated, but Vasco went through the extreme process.
I told y'all.
I let him calling the for the
religion.
Mary, go ahead. We gotta go.
Mary, go ahead, man.
The president quote. The president called me yesterday from Bami and we talked for 20 minutes. He expressed his distress for the situation. The first
They get
lady
radio.
also called me for 5 minutes and expresses her sadness also. My colleagues from the legislature are also in solidarity with us. We are temporarily homeless, but we are okay. We just lost material things, but we are fine. This is just to tell you that the fire outbreak isn't for special kind of people. That's why we must quickly find the remedy sooner than expected. If a free society cannot protect the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. Unquote, Speaker Buffer Chamber. Oh no,
Funaki cover.
Okay. You say here, me, I know for you guys, Vasco, when it's not sedition, when it's not UPS, then they are not part of the government. Nobody spoke on it. Funatikova spoke today. He's part of the government. He have a major role to play in the government.
It's a sedition.
And you see a problem? Him being a sedition doesn't make him separate from the government that he's part of right now. He's part of the government. Okay? Let me tell you something. Fire is a natural disaster. It has absolutely nothing to do with this current government. For some of us, what we are seeing now is unprecedented. This is my first time experiencing this much fire. But unlike the guy that fought fire for Liberia before, that was on here the other day, he stated that during Ellington they had a similar situation that's going on right now. Okay, but for me, this is my experience. Fasco, unlike you, right? I am deeply disappointed about what transpired today. I have my my feelings to express when it comes to the unprofessionalism that was displayed on Spoon today. But like Vasco, like Therese said here today, you cannot separate water from water, Vasco. If there was a conflict between those two individuals today and you felt like it wasn't professional, there was a conflict between George Weah and Moluba Molu and it was never professional. You cannot separate both of them, Papa. So don't come here and tell us, say, you cannot compare what happened to George Weah. And that was your president. Somebody that should be the father of the nation, the leader of the nation, involved in situations like that. Have you seen Joseph Baga involved in any of those things? Listen, I will be the first to criticize Joseph Baga if they do not take a new trajectory and improve this government, because we supported him. We want him to do good, but you guys want them to fail. You guys want bad things to keep happening in the country so y'all can make comparison. Look at you asking that man today, oh, and since the government came into being, how many passports? Can you imagine? And he sat here and tell himself, 40 passport in that get that one. That's why he can wear glasses when he can't on the show here, because he can never show a face when he's talking that type of thing. 40 passport since this time.
Don't attack our guests.
He's
Don't
not
attack
to
again.
to come here and show it to all. But yeah, he came on the show to come explain to all. So what difference does it make? I'm not saying CDC is not a party, Fasco. We know CDC have brainwashed a huge amount of people. But what I'm trying to tell you is the masses that y'all used to think you have, a mass majority of the youth in Liberia now, they are beginning to have the knowledge that they need. The electoral knowledge that they needed a long time ago. This year, I can say for free, people eat your bag of red name, people eat your cup of red name, and they not vote for y'all. First, people felt like they were bound to do it. I know people that was bound to even take photos and show proof that they vote for CDC. That was years ago. Not anymore. The youth of Liberia will decide. And I'm so glad that the Joseph Boakai government is going to incorporate the diaspora community into this government so that people can have a say-so as to, the improvement of Liberia, how it should go.
When?
We're all Liberian. We all have something to offer. Not necessarily to work in the government because I don't want to.
When?
But what do you mean by wait? When? 2029 coming. Don't worry. 2029 coming. For me, Tawan Gongo don't owe me anything. He could go to that meeting today. That was his right. Vasco always made me lose my train of thought. Always. And still, you will talk 50 times. Yeah, we can't talk one time. Me and you will enter inside. I mean, talk. I tire of Vasco.
Nelson muted. Well, he keep muting me, so I don't know. I thought he was gonna something.
So I'm not
Go
talking.
ahead.
Oh, I thought
You
you
give me power. You may power with Nelson. You keep muting me. Then you
talking
talk about something. Go ahead.
Yeah, but actually, I think sedition has no moral value to criticize the government. Sedition to criticize the government. They get nothing to say against the government. Because you guys were there for the past 6 years. Your entire security system was messed. Look, let me tell you. When I went to Liberia, right, I met a lot of people who work in the LDEA not LDEA, but okay, yeah, some of them work with the LDA and some of them work with the mayor. But look, let me tell you, Touré, look, was there on the platform saying things, and those things were happening behind the scene. Koji was getting on a group. All the beginning I was behind, all of them will get armed. I said this. I said, when people show me evidence, proof. And I tell you, say, people tell me what I prove because me when people say those things, I want to see proof. They show me pictures, they call names. On George, we are government, the security was going slowly because all those things that people were doing, there was no investigation. They were doing things to people behind the scene that me and you, we never knew about it. Except you're closer to certain people that they will tell you. There was a coach there, one guy saying the guy can do anything to anybody, it's free. He can look at it and say, I will kill you, nothing will come from all of it. And when you challenge him, he will do it. And nothing will come from all of it. We see our security was going slowly, and we see things that were happening in Liberia until the citizens themselves who live in Liberia were seeing those things, and they say, you know what? If we get Joshua another chance,
the topic.
No, let's see. I'm closing. I'm doing. You can't tell me what I'm closing. Everybody say what they want to say.
You just jumping on.
No, but I'm closing, my man. You can't listen now. You can't.
Vasco, why you disturbing your friend?
You try your own. Ain't say your friend.
But I'm trying to tell my man, you can't. But let me.
Vasco, you gonna have to stop doing that. You want me to mute you?
You want to disturb me? Oh wow. So the Liberian people look at the security aspect number one, and they took this government from power because the security was compromised with a lot of things that the government was doing, and nothing was coming from out of it. Nothing. People are there doing things all of the way. So if Vasco can come here and tell us the only thing that happened for Liberia is for Georgia to become the best thing ever that happened for Liberia is Georgia to become president. Look, Vasco, you daydreaming. On Georgia, we can list a lot of things that happen, and today it affecting some people, a lot of people. A lot of people today, it affected them. So we're not go to that, but let me just conclude by saying to the Liberian people, you see all the politicians are coming together today. That talking muya, they won't do that, they won't put ourselves together to come back. like my brother will say, to reinforce themselves. All of them, they are greedy people. They coming for nothing but to steal from your look, Liberian, none of you will kill yourself for any politician. Because all of them, they are the same 6 and 7. Government just came to power 3 months. Now you see all of them going one place now. They dissolve CPP. They make it another political party with the same people who came to the power. Who came to power and looted your country, built condominiums. Look at people like Jefferson Coaching who are not even having Kiki. They get house, Carrasco, and all of them get building that cost millions of dollars. Check their account. They get money. What they took this money from Liberia, from other Liberian people. They loot your country massively. And now they coming back to say they won't go to they won't emerge with ANC and all the political parties to come to loot for the second time. You're still listening to them. That's all they can do. That all they can offer you to loot. So Liberians, do not kill yourself for any political party. Do not listen to them. Do not listen to their rhetoric. They say nothing. They are sound like an empty drum rolling down a cracky hill with no substance. They only come, they fool you all and steal from you all. Then they go to enrich themselves and their family. So you're still listening to them. Tewa Gongo, let me conclude by saying that Tewa Gongo, I like that old man. He's a very smart man. But I think he got to go and sit and relax himself and listen to himself and his followers. Because a lot of people now end up supporting him based on, because of what he's doing right now. A lot of his followers now end up criticizing him for even sitting with the same government that he's saying your new broom to sweep. But he go and sit with them and their chairman and discuss something affecting this, affecting the country. So I think the whole CDC stuff is rhetoric, and our whole CPP thing is dissolved, and our whole get together is just people that are coming to loot enough.
Thank you,
so
Baba.
Liberians, y'all be vigilant. Y'all working long. Y'all should listen to no politician again. I submit.
Yeah, so I guess everybody just said it all. I'm just gonna tip in a little bit. Some of the rhetoric we heard about when this government does bad, CDC is waiting on the air to come back in. You know what? We're not praying for this government to do bad, right? But just in case, God forbid, knock on wood, right? If it does happen, like my sister Marie said, you have so many people, so many young minds, so many new faces, or so many of the ones we know have that integrity that are there, that waiting to come in. While Liberia is not a ping pong ball between United Party and CDC. Y'all need to know this. That if it's not CDC, that'd be United Party. If it's not United Party, that'd be CDC. No. That's not what Liberia is now. We were, and you keep talking about, United Party was there, sometimes United Party was there. I did not support United Party. I supported Joseph Newman Boaka. And just because when Joseph Newman Boaka leaves, if the United Party puts somebody forward, if I don't feel like that's my choice, not because I supported Joseph Newman Boaka, he's the head of the union. So that means I'm not a partisan, okay? And even if I were, I'm not a party here. I'm an independent thinker. And I think for my country, not for somebody to brainwash me, destroying my country. Then they're saying, muya, muya. Oh, they're the strongest, they're the best. When the country looking like a rat hole, yeah, I'm calling it the best. The person ever did the best. You should be, whoever think that George we are the best of all. That's a shame. That's a disgrace. And for you to be sitting in another man country and saying that, we question your judgment. Okay, so God forbid Joseph Newman Boaka failed. We got other people then there to try, and we will keep trying by the grace of God till we get it right. All these people that we admire around our region and in other countries, then Lee Kuan Yew, then they kept trying till they got it right. The Jerry John Rollins, there was a lot of things that was going on in Ghana before he came. When he came, guess what? He didn't take over. He put someone there, and the person got it wrong. He came back there and took the person out before he himself came in. And everywhere else, we will keep trying till we get the right person, but we're not gonna keep going back and forth, as if God sweat us with poverty, or our country should be like the most. Why everybody else doing, even Ethiopia and all should be better than Liberia? No, That's not what Liberian people are about now. And like Marie said, we are our young people now. Thank God for internet. Thank God for social media. Thank God they are alert now and not just listening to what somebody has to tell them. And with people coming, seeing the country doing bad and coming and pointing it out, and then go back to those same people who were destroying the country because it wasn't them that emerged. That alone is just you cannot tell me anything other than that. I used to like Mr. Cummings, okay, and maybe Tom Gongo, but after the choices that it made, after you told me so many times over and over in a month and said this guy is bad for our country, he's destroying our country, and I want to sweep corruption, and then when it turned out that you were kicked off the track, instead of you teaming up with a guy who got a little something along with you, you went back to that same person that you were telling me that was horrible, with this, that, with this and that. What kind of respect do I have for you anymore? What kind of trust do I have? That means you are lying to me in the first place. How sure am I that when you come there, you'll not do exactly what that guy was doing if you will go team up with him? So don't come in and tell us that, oh, if Joseph Boga does bad, and if Joseph Boga does bad, guess what? Someone else will be there. Not in if CDC have a whole brand new faces that we know because they are Liberian, not because there's somebody, but those see Jefferson Kochi there and they want it Thomas for that they all hanging around, and then we say, oh, CDC again. No, a whole new brand people faces maybe, but not the same old people. And he said, George, we are coming back. Coming back where? So what? To push our children working as zombies in the street? To more drugs in the country? To more no security? To more condominium building? Or to can tell that he got $45 million in jewelry when you were looking at something like old man Jukuju from down the road, but he got on paper that he got $25 million in jewelry. Fasco, please, man. Maybe your judge, I can use those rhetoric on you and those lies on you, but not on people whose eyes are open, who are not being brainwashed under the second motive. So that's not what we're here for. And we pray that Joseph Boga does better, and we will continue coming here. And when he does wrong, we'll say, hey, we're not brainwashed. We didn't support a party. We support an individual because we knew that he was the best choice. So that's what we're going to keep. We're giving the time to do what he's supposed to do. And when we do, anytime he falls short, we'll come in and say, hey, we're not shy away from saying the truth and criticizing him. And I think they did well for contacting, like the speaker said, they was there for him. And the way they were there for him, I hope and pray that they was there for our innocent people as well. Not to go to the houses, everybody houses, individual houses, but at least to speak on this fire issue and to see and to show our people the way forward. Thank you guys, and it was a great show. And we'll meet here tomorrow.
Nelson? See, I can't Nelson. Everybody, I gotta log off.
No, you can't.
No, I got a lot of work to do right now.
You finished with honeymoon? Nelson.
Who on honeymoon? Like I mean, that politics video.
You want me to show the pictures? I'm just saying.
No, show pictures.
Providing information is a politics.
Yeah.
I'm that full of politics.
Nelson just at the back. Nelson, what is there?
Nelson sleeping right now.
Oh, Lord.
Nelson sleeping. I got a lot of work to do. A lot. Yeah, man.
Nelson.
I think you gotta call him.
Nelson is off. He's not sleeping.
Call Nelson. What's up? Yeah, but the day Vasco, my man.
I think my issue has been basically the internet.
He just your mom sleep. Nelson, you're sleeping.
Nelson, I understand. I small room that place there.
No, I'm not in a small room. But guys, I think it's been a great issue. I think it's been a great
Yeah.
show. I want to say thanks to
Yo,
everyone for
Nagide
being
do
here
it.
tonight. And we look forward to being here tomorrow with another edition of the
Everything my
program.
brother
Until
there.
then,
Yeah.
good night to you, Bila Soiree. Good night to you, Vasco. Good night, Marie. Good night, Moma.
Everyone say, wow,
Vasco
I know
Smoke.
that how you were looking at everyone. We talk about
Vasco Smoke.
They're going Vasco